All right. I think we got
such a
it.
disaster.
Oh,
We got it all figured out.
Yeah, can everybody hear us?
can you hear me?
You can hear me?
Are we good?
For those that don't know, we took, time is it?
Literally about an hour.
5:20. We took almost an hour. The mics, my mic was fucked. Justin mic wasn't working.
Justin had no headphones.
And Justin,
No,
Justin
my-
had your
My shit
headphones
was
suck.
working the whole time. No, hold on. My
Just-
headphones are hanging.
Justin had a disgruntled mic.
We're gonna do this again. Can you
Talk-
hear us?
Yep.
Yeah.
What
What did you do?
I just put my headphones on. It was never my headphones. Trust me, guy. It was your setup.
Yeah, you
How
set
did-
up
I don't understand though how my setup could screw up your mics and your headphone.
because you're
I
in
don't know.
control.
Yeah, but I'm not in control of your computer and your speakers.
It's your link. Your setup.
So Jose fucking stood us up today. He was going to come stay at my house, do a podcast with us, which was why this has got set up. I figured, well, Jose's going to be in town. He's going to stay at my house. We'll have 4 of us on. And then
He had bald tires.
his fucking girlfriend calls me today, Laura. And I'm like, hello? And she's like, hey. I'm like, what's up? Because I know she's not with Jose. And she goes, Jose is white knuckling his steering wheel and he can't call you because he's on his way home. And he wanted me to tell you that. And I was like, well, how did you know he's on his way home if he's white knuckling his steering wheel and he can't call me? So apparently he had like a 4 a.m. climb. He's got bald tires. He was freaking out. So we just drove home from Team Universe. So I saw him on Thursday and that was it. And he stood us up and we had this plan for 4 of us. So in the comments, feel free to put FJR for fuck Jose Raymond.
FJR, baby.
So me and actually there's a podcast that will be coming out of me and Nick. We did one by ourselves, but Justin, what is going on? I mean, we haven't had you on in a couple of weeks.
It's not been a couple weeks.
2 weeks.
I think it has been 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
I think it's
'Cause
been about 2 weeks.
It was
yeah.
2 weeks because we did a podcast together with us 3. Then me and Nick the following week did a podcast with me and Nick. And
Yep.
then we're doing a 3rd podcast.
I forgot you dropped them. You filmed them and then dropped them a week later.
No, well, what happened
No,
was
it's about 2 weeks later.
first of all, I'm not in control of the drops. Okay.
Well,
we have a guy
You need
for
to
that
get-
now.
You need to get a hold of your guy. And
So it's been more of a fucking schedule issue because between Nick was traveling, I was traveling, holiday weekend.
God, do you have any more travels?
Yeah, I have July 15th.
No, do you like during the week?
No, during the week I'm good, but it's like
we need it planned, like I said, like one day where it's
what
that's
day
what we
work.
do.
So for me,
I can during the week. I mean, I don't really do much besides work out.
well, let's ask the fans, right? Because like, what day do the fans like to see a podcast dropped on? Because we
fuck
can
the drop, man. I'm trying to figure out what day you want to be consistent.
So this is
on.
what I'm saying is that my off days from the gym are Thursdays and Sundays. Those are always the easiest days for me. However, if we do it later in the evening, like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock my time.
What if we filmed them on Thursdays and then have what's his name drop them on Mondays?
I could do a Thursday, Monday drop.
do it. I just figured out my mic, by the way. It was never you or my
Headphones.
My fucking headphones.
It was,
It was still coming through. What's happening is it's coming through the speakers on my computer, and then I'm hearing it through this, which is
So my headphones are
ears.
fine.
Yours are fine the whole time, dude. I'm sorry. My
Motherfucker.
bad. Yep. But guys was never good. Guys is
Yeah,
always
guy, we were fucked.
I don't know. I all I did was restarted my computer. So for those that were trying to figure out what's happening, we were having technical issues in the beginning, and for some reason, it was saying that my audio was coming through everything from my mic and my headphones, and then it was switching automatically back to the
It's
MacBook
okay.
audio.
You're
and
you're gonna bore our viewers with our technical difficulties.
maybe our viewers need to understand fucking how Zoom works. Maybe we should switch over to Riverside.
The Riverside, is that what it is?
Riverside, baby.
That
Riverside's
Maria
where it's
said?
at. Yeah.
Okay.
So let's start with my good buddy Justin. So you're at the chopping block, bro. You're getting close.
What is it,
dude.
2.5 weeks?
Well, it's like 3 weeks
3.
yesterday.
3
Yeah.
now?
Yep.
How you feel? I mean, you look. I don't know what pictures you post,
Hell yeah.
don't post, but per the
Yeah.
pictures that you've sent me, you look fucking. I can't. It's crazy to think that somebody in their 30s could still gain 10 pounds of muscle. And I mean, Samson did it too, but to gain that much muscle,
Yeah,
like
but he's
that-
black, so
that-
it doesn't count.
superior genetics to you by far.
Black don't crack, baby.
They don't. Dexter won like 300 shows.
Dexter still looks young.
Mm-hmm.
Your mic's really loud, I think.
Mine or
No,
Nick's.
I feel okay.
I think I was telling Nick to get too close.
So and now he's like, yeah, Dexter, and he's like, what's wrong with my mic?
I feel good though. Yeah, I think I'm just fresh, dude.
What's your weight at?
I'm not gonna disclose my weight.
Oh, we're one of them.
Well, fucking people just love to yammer about it and fucking. I'm just not gonna talk about my
Why?
weight.
Well, okay, well, we don't have to discuss weight. Why do you think weight is such a big issue to people? Because I would
right now I'll say that I'm like 20 pounds. Well, never mind, because people know. Just whatever.
trying to do the math.
I think I'll be about 10 to 12 pounds up from last year.
Now, okay.
Good.
Do you think
Mhm.
the reason why you don't like telling your weight is because when people hear you're heavier, they're automatically going to assume that the condition is going to be lacking? Is that why you don't want to say the weight? Is that
Maybe, but also I think people just don't. I don't know. People get this preconceived notion that if you're not 240 on stage, you're not big enough. If you're not 250 on stage, you're not big enough. And it's just not the case. I mean, we've been seeing guys come in and sweep shows at 220 pounds. You're watching Derek, who's second in the Olympia, who's just, maybe 230. Hottie, who just won, who's fucking, these are 212 guys that are dominating these shows.
Antonio wasn't that heavy either. He probably,
I know what he weighed.
Me too. And he was not 220. He was not 220.
No.
Yeah.
He was under 220.
So I don't know. I'm just gonna let my physique do the talking, and everyone can kind of.
How's like the diet and stuff?
Diet sucks, but it's fine.
Yeah.
Right now I've got like 2 no carb meals. All the other meals,
Really?
like 100 grams of cooked rice, and then like no added fats. Essentially, I've got like 2 whole eggs at the end of the day, and like one beef meal.
Do you feel like exhausted, or are you kind of just running off adrenaline right now?
I honestly, I feel okay. I'm doing like 90 minutes of cardio a day, eating, not much, but I feel pretty good. To be honest.
How's your strength?
Strength, I would say, is about. I mean, I'm not gaining strength, but I haven't really lost strength.
No, so you're maintaining.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. That's
And I
really
think
good.
honestly, at this point, maintaining strength is winning. So
Yes, yeah. As long as if you're not going up, it's okay. But as long as you're not going down,
yeah. I mean, that's like honestly, I'm not even like breaking out the logbook anymore. I know where I'm at in strength, and I just fight to maintain that every session.
Well, I feel like when you get to a certain point in prep, like 2-3 weeks out,
yeah,
I do feel to a degree a logbook kind of somewhat becomes a little pointless to a degree.
It can, and it can also be a hindrance because then you end up like sacrificing execution to try to match your numbers and
I feel like at that point, like you kind of know where you are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you don't need to.
And there's been a few things that I've dialed back on just because I know my execution would suffer a little bit, especially like pressing movements.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I don't care that I've pulled back on some pressing stuff just to maintain the integrity of my sets.
I agree. I think.
Hey guy, that you didn't interrupt one bit.
I was
that was insane.
Look at you go.
That was like a whole 5 minutes.
Fuck. First of all, I want to say something.
Highly impressed.
All right, but I have
Let's
to say
continue this. Do not talk again.
Suck
Go.
hole.
Go ahead, guy.
I watched. Okay.
Anyway, Nick, hold on a second. Wait. I'm just kidding, guy. Go for it, dude. Anyway, like I was saying, Nick. I'm just fucking with you, guy. Let's do it.
Yeah, keep going. Keep going. You smart ass.
No. I want to hear what you have to say.
Drink your calorie-free water and
yeah, this is
your calorie-free, fat-free, sugar-free water. Enjoy it. So I don't even.
I wanted to do it again. So bad.
He lost the train of thought.
Because I was going to touch on the logbook, but then I wanted to touch on the podcast. Last podcast, I actually sat down and watched bits and pieces of for like extended 5 minutes here, 8 minutes here.
Yeah.
I felt that was probably one of the least podcasts of like collectively that I've done. Mutant in the Mouth, Bro Chat, you name all podcasts I've done that I didn't interrupt that much. And people were like, you interrupt all the time. And I was like, where?
People have very strong opinions of you, guy. And I think.
But did you guys think I interrupted a lot, a little, or the same last podcast? Because I thought it was significantly less.
My mom did.
What'd your mom say?
She was like, why is guy always cutting people off?
Well, there you go. Mama's going to keep it real.
Listen, Mama Walker watches every episode, bro.
But I think Mama Walker's used to me cutting people off. So if I do it once in a while, they're like, here he goes again.
Well, I think it's just the general consensus. So I think all of us need to be
He actually wanted to give you some
Nick,
advice.
you just interrupted.
I'm sorry.
What was the advice? Your mom wanted to give some advice?
Yeah, guy, she said, since you're old and you are losing your memory, because she knows what that feels like. She says, as we're talking about topics, you should jot some notes down so you don't forget.
So.
And then my father said, guy will not fucking do that.
Look at that. What does that say? Mutant in the Mouth podcast. All right.
My man got a notepad. I love it.
I've had a notepad, you fucking turd burglar.
There you go. My mom's going to be very happy now.
There's not that many notes in there.
No, because what happens is
just write down, shut up and quit interrupting.
I was trying to take notes and like write things down. But what I ended up happening was I would write things down and like timestamp them. And then like I would just forget as we go. And I'd be like, fuck it. And I would just like jot and stop.
Yeah.
So,
what do you guys think about the show yesterday?
People had Hassan it was like people were blown away that Hassan didn't win. I think that goes to show that names only carry you so far. Sometimes if you're just that fucking good or better, you're just that good or better.
Yeah, I think Phil deserved the win, but I also, looking at a lot of the pictures from everyone, I think conditioning is lacking, in my opinion.
What, with Hassan?
Just with a lot of,
or just in general,
in the lineups. Period.
Hassan had a long time of missing his mark up until last year. Last year was the first time he came in super fucking peeled, or even in condition, because he's like big round. But Aceto was prepping him for a while, and Chris was like, I have to feed him like nothing.
No, listen, he did 0 carbs all the way from Toronto to Orlando, which is what, like 4 weeks?
No shit, really?
Completely 0 carbs. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but Chris said he has one of the most difficult bodies to figure out because you almost have to like underfeed him for him to get in shape.
Yep.
Justin, for sure. How was his conditioning in Toronto?
I mean, he was right next to Ian, and there was a massive disparity.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, it was like, that was so it really, obviously Ian's like a guy who gets in very good conditioning, and him and Matt nailed it. And that's the shit that people don't really see when they're at home. You know, what they see is Hassan being fucking super round and bubbly and crazy, and those side shots, everything looks crazy. But when he was standing next to Ian and Ian was nailed, it was just a night and day difference with conditioning. And that's really what sealed the deal.
Yeah. I mean, Hassan has one of the most muscle bound physiques. Like, he's not super tall, and he packs a lot of size on that.
It is crazy.
Like, I believe I'm taller than Hassan. Hassan is short.
He's short.
You're 5'7"
and a half.
5'7" and a half. I'm 5'5" and a half. And I think he might be like the same height. It may be even a tad smaller than me, like shorter.
Yeah, he's very short.
But he's got, and I think the problem is he's shorter in stature, and he packs so much muscle that like you have to suffer him for him to get in condition.
Yeah. Well, I think he's one of those guys that, like, you know how it is when to get in shape, you have to flatten out.
Yeah.
And he does not look like a guy that flattens out ever.
No, 4 weeks
straight.
Cool.
Yeah. Looks insane. So, I mean, it's like a blessing and a curse, right? I mean, like to always be that nice and round and full. Like, you never have to worry about, like, you know, coming into a show and being flat. Like, the fucking guy could probably eat, you know, 100 grams of carbs and be totally blasting full on stage. But then, you know, you're eating 0 carbs for 6 weeks leading into a show.
You know, almost like picked like a bird, you know?
Yeah.
Almost do that.
And then we even seen it, like, even with riding 0 carbs for 4 weeks, the guy still had like a little bit of, I mean, there was still body fat on the glutes.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So do you think Hassan is going to be somebody that jumps in Chicago?
I do. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I'd assume so. And then I seen Patrick Moore is doing Chicago. So right now, me, Patrick Moore, maybe Hassan, I would assume Hassan. And then Blessing.
Yeah.
Oh, Blessing is doing it.
Yeah, Blessing's doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it might be a pretty good show. I'm excited.
You know what? You want to have a pro debut.
A competitive lineup, man.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
if you went to your pro debut and you were like the biggest name there, then it would have been well, nobody showed up for his debut. That's why he won.
Yeah, I don't want that.
But now you have Hassan, you have Blessing, you have Patrick Moore. And you're probably gonna have people that are trying to get like last minute quals or the guys that want to like catch the points.
Well, and I would assume a lot of the guys,
second.
I would assume a lot of the guys that were just in Orlando are going to be there, like Stanimal, and then I don't think that. What's that?
Stanimal might do it too.
How did he play?
I'm sure he will. He got
He
third.
And well, who else was there? Was it a stacked? Well, I mean, I could pull it up, but who was it? A stacked show?
It wasn't a terribly stacked show, no.
Yeah, because that stands. We can pull it. I'm going to pull it. You want me to go on IG?
I think Stan was pretty peeled. I just think he needs size.
Yeah, I mean, I know he's still coming up from, he was a classic guy.
That's right. He was classic.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy.
Actually,
physique
Stan was physique. Stan was physique.
Yeah, he was men's physique, but then he was classic.
Physique.
He worked his way up.
Yeah.
Cool. So where am I searching, Justin?
Go to bodybuilders.borders.
I like Brad Rowe's shirt though.
Oh, Ninja Turtles.
Ninja Turtles. That's sick.
It's kind of cool.
Here we
go. Whoa, who is that? Whoa.
Damn.
Who the fuck? Hey now.
Shit.
Look at this dude. Okay.
Looking mighty hard, my friend.
You got you. That's
on 50 grams of carbs.
Hell yeah.
You look pretty fucking hard, dude.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
It's coming. I'm always like a fourth quarter player, dude. I'll look like shit until like the last 4 weeks.
That's
fine.
Bodybuilding. Who you want me to go?
Bodybuilders without borders.
Yeah.
Bodybuilders.
Oh, bodybuilders.
Mm-hmm. Without borders.
Without.
Yeah.
So who runs this page?
Just do one word. There you go. This guy does a great job. This Daniel kid.
That's his name. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Asian fella. Yeah, there's Stan right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he looks like he's in good condition for sure.
Yeah. Oh, I meant to.
I
did. That's what I'm trying to do. Let's see. We got Stan. Yeah, Stan. He's got a little flatness right up through this pec shelf here.
Mm-hmm.
And the problem, and Stan's issue is always going to be a size thing, just because Stan has a condition. He was classic, but when you come from physique, literally physique to open, you're fighting an uphill battle. So
it's not.
Yeah, I mean, sure. But it's awesome to see a guy like that who's just still chasing progression, went from physique into classic, was outgrowing classic, and then pushed into open. Like, fuck yeah, dude. Keep going.
Just as long
that's
as
bodybuilding. I think that's what it should be about.
Yeah. As long as you're doing it smart and you're not rushing the process, but she doesn't seem to be rushing. So
click through these.
Yeah.
No, and he's a really nice guy too.
He's a little weak in the hams here. I mean, that's a good. I mean, he's got crazy. He's great.
Yeah.
And this. So and this is we talked about this, right? Like this is kind of like the Jay Cutler thing going on right here. Because if you remember back in the day when Stan was peeled, like Stan had cross striations right in his glutes, but now he gained all that muscle. You're not going to see those peeled like hard dense lines. He's got that like graininess to his glutes now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He doesn't have those like deep separated lines. And we've talked about it before that it could just be the simple fact that when somebody gains that much muscle, that those lines are going to be harder to see.
It's like same thing with Ian, right? Ian used to have really etched in
like
glutes.
Ian, like exactly like Ian, like he has the when you gain that much muscle, it's easy to get those lines in from the side, but it's when you turn around and your hip placement changes and you flex your glutes where those lines that used to be dense and dug out aren't really. And that happened with me too. My lines weren't as deep and dense the bigger that I got in the 212. So I mean that's par for the course.
Yeah.
It was definitely his best look, I think, that I've seen.
Yeah, he looks good.
I think he looks really good.
Yeah. So congrats to Stan. Let's see what else we got here. So this is that he won. No, that was classic. Phil,
Klahar,
Yep. Right here.
Klahar looked awesome. He just has kind of like that fucking old man stomach line that seems to be.
Oh, here we go.
Like he's just blurring out a little bit. Not to be critical. It just seems to be that's what we're seeing.
Yeah, and Jason Lowe, I thought looked really good in this show.
He did.
Too.
He looked awesome. But he
You
got
know?
6.
Yeah, I was actually impressed with him.
Yeah.
Eric Ramirez, he's a Jersey guy. He's still going at it, huh? Still
Yep.
fucking at the chopping blocks. So second was Hassan, and then I want to see how close third was with Stan. Here we go. So Stan's here.
So if you
Stan-
look, it shows that Hassan and Phil tied for points.
Mm-hmm. So there must have been a tiebreaker. You know, like
Yeah.
they
I
go.
wonder when it comes to that, what do you think the tiebreaker is?
I would assume with like looking at Phil, it was just like they gave it to him because he edged him on conditioning a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
And it's hard too, because like I'm looking at these photos and Phil's a great bodybuilder, but this is the exact thing where like these pictures do not do him justice.
Dude, for sure.
Like,
No.
I'm not saying this
No.
has nothing to do with the photographer. I don't know who took these pictures. This had nothing to do with the photographer. This is just the stage lighting. And like, cause like, I'm looking at you guys, I'm looking at these shots going, what?
Yeah, I
Like-
know. We've all
Yeah.
seen
And
it.
that's the thing. And that's why, like, I'm saying like, this is a lighting issue. This has nothing to do with the photographer. It has nothing to do with the bodybuilder. These just are not like, that's probably the most flattering picture I've seen of him.
It's a shame to even see this on, as high as the Olympia level where guys backstage look fucking insane. Then they get on stage and
Yeah.
the strobe lights blasting them. The backdrop's weird. The lighting's weird and they look soft.
Yep.
And everyone's saying everyone at the Olympia was soft this year. You're like, I fucking doubt
Yeah.
that the top like 20 best guys in the world were all out of shape.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find comparison pictures, but I mean, like to me, and so like here, so we're like, we'll take this shot. Obviously, with the angle.
Look at Hassan's legs, man.
That's what
Crazy.
I mean. Like, right. So like for me, like I'm looking at this picture from far away, and I noticed that from the front, Hassan might be not as good condition, but like the roundness, the fullness. I mean, even like, like listen, Phil's older, so am I. He's got the skin a little bit. His legs is separated, so it's like, it's got to be something had to have shown on stage that we're not seeing in these pictures.
Yeah, I wish I could have been there because I mean, just watching like I didn't.
Oh,
watch
so this is
prejudging
this is a big right here. Now this is
Yeah.
obviously far away, but you take this in consideration, right?
Mhm.
The glutes, the lower back, the hamstrings. That's not as dug out. Obviously, this shot doesn't do Phil justice because we're looking at we're not directly behind them. We're looking at an angle that sides with Hassan. Yeah, Hassan is going to look 10 pounds heavier just based on the.
Oh yeah.
Picture,
Just the angle, but yeah, I mean that's his issue.
Yeah.
It's just that conditioning from the back.
Yep.
How old is
And
Hassan?
then another thing, again, not to be critical, but when you're watching him do like when you're watching these comparison rounds, there's just like a lack of stomach control. It seems like that's an issue. Side
Yeah.
shots, his stomach's protruding a little bit.
Yeah.
And that's a big deal, especially right now with modern judging criteria. It really seems to be a big focus.
You got to control that.
Here, well,
shit.
this looks like a fair video between the two of them.
Mm-hmm.
And it almost like Hassan almost looks like he's not even hitting his lat spread. Almost like his lats are stuck.
Just so fucking muscular and bound up.
You know what? And I think Nick, I think you might be right. I think he's having problems controlling his stomach here too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
okay, so this is I mean, Hassan. See, this is what so somebody that has shown that they can get in shape and striations in their glutes like Hassan, and then show up like that. It's almost like they realize that Hassan's potential is that he can come in peeled, and now that he's shown it and he doesn't bring it. It's like, it's almost like he's one of those guys, right? Where for me, let's take a Flex Lewis, right? Flex Lewis could be 2%, 5% off and still beat every single guy on stage. Me, if I was 2% off, I would get smoked. Like it would be a difference from me taking first or like 6th, 7th, 8th.
Yeah.
So Hassan has to focus on the conditioning if he wants to bring that package that is going to get him those wins. I mean, that you can't rely on just having the muscle bellies and the roundness and the fullness, because you got a guy like Phil who I think is substantially older than Hassan.
I think he's 48.
Yeah, I
let's
think-
say
I don't- I
Phil's
think-
late 40s.
Yeah, I think
Is
Hassan in his 30s.
Hassan working with AJ, right? So he's not working
Oh,
with Cito
no,
anymore.
Hassan works with Chad.
Oh, that's right. He's working with Chad. Yeah.
Is that
So
who's
he's-
working it last year?
No, he was with AJ
No,
last year. He left AJ.
I thought he's with Aceto last year. Am I retarded?
No, he's with Aceto 2
He
years
was
ago.
it was
Or
Aceto.
unless he left Aceto last year and went to AJ.
He did, yeah, he did like 2 shows with AJ, Orlando and another one, I forget. And then it was like something happened. It was all over social media, and then he just kind of left them. And then he low key got with Chad.
So when he won Orlando, that was when you and I were there, Nick.
Yeah, he was with AJ.
He was with AJ. And how
AJ was there.
I still feel like he wasn't as sharp as he could
No.
and should be from the back.
No, I think seeing that in person, I haven't seen, the last 2 shows in person, obviously, but I think that was his best conditioning.
Yeah, I think so
I think
too.
he's had, but
Yeah.
it's still, he still could have used more,
Yeah. Mhm.
You know, I'm gonna touch on the topic that we're talking about, and this will gonna bring questions to a lot of people. And this is not bashing any coach or any competitor. It's just I don't understand it. And we talk about trying to progress in the sport, and I get that. You take a guy like Hassan, right, who worked with AJ and was peeled.
Yeah.
And huh?
Devin? Go.
Oh, I just started hearing like little
There's some interference going on. I'm not sure what that is.
Yeah,
Is it
that sounded
me?
like somebody talking. I don't know. It was weird. Who looks his best ever and then drops a coach. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because somebody's headphones.
I think it's you, dude.
You hear
I
that?
think.
No.
I don't hear anything. It's not me.
It just sounds like
I hear it. It's like some little, some weird frequency.
we might have to take your headphones off first, and then we'll have to play process of elimination for the fans.
Okay, well, let's just rock.
Rafa left his coach and went to Neil Hill. And I was like, whoa, didn't he have like an incredible fucking year? Like top 10 at the best package I've ever seen the guy look, peeled, hard, round, full. And I'm like, okay, now he's going with a completely different coach. And I'm like, I understand trying new things. However, it always confuses me when the person making the change does it after he had his best year ever or his best performance or his best show. Like it's hard for me to wrap my head around that. Why do you guys think guys do that? You think they're trying to progress faster than they want to? Or do you think they kind of grass is always greener? Because I don't understand. I never left the coach until I worked at Factory Mubarak for 2 years. The second year we worked together, I did 6 shows in a row. And I could not fucking get it together. We could not figure it out. And he literally was like, you might need another coach. So that was when I changed. I never dropped a coach after a phenomenal performance to move on to another coach. I don't understand that mentality. I don't know if you guys have had personal experience doing that or know somebody that does, but I mean, give the fans and the viewers why? Because I don't know.
Go, Nick.
How long was Rafael with Aceto? Do you know?
A while.
If I had to take a guess,
He wasn't with Aceto last year.
who was he with?
I thought he was with Aceto last year.
No,
Oh, no, that's right. He
no.
was somebody else. Yeah.
He was with somebody else. He was not with Aceto.
Are you sure?
100% positive. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Go ahead.
That being said, assuming I thought he was, Rafael, I think he's my age actually. He might look at it as the progress is too slow. So he might want to have tried something that might have given him, a little bit of an extra edge to get him to the top a little faster.
Maybe.
Not saying, whatever him and Cito were doing wasn't working, but maybe for him, he's like, I want to get there a little, I want to kick it up.
Well, we also know, and this guy from working with Aceto. Aceto's not really an off-season guy. He's a guy that's like, come to me when you want to prep. I'm going to prep you and peak you, and we'll fucking nail it. But as far as off-season goes, he's very open and transparent about the fact that he doesn't even really handle people's off-seasons.
And so
listen, as far as I'm concerned, that's when the most progress.
It's definitely definitely your microphone because every time you're talking or whatever.
Okay, hold on.
It's every time you're talking it happens. What are we doing?
Okay, we good? Sorry, I was still trying to send it through.
I'm just waiting.
Me too. I was like,
we good?
I'm just, making sure we're all on the same page.
I don't remember what I was saying. I was really on a fucking roll.
You were talking about Rafa. the interference kept hitting and changing.
Oh, what I was
coaches.
saying is, like,
Aceto.
I know Aceto's not really an off-season guy. Like, he doesn't really help people with their off seasons. And that, in my opinion, is when the most progress is made. That's when these guys need to be held accountable. I think that's when you need a coach under your fucking ass and fucking keeping you on top of your shit and making sure you're eating your meals, being progressive, knowing when to push, knowing when to pull you. The off season is when you improve. When you see these guys putting on 10, 12 pounds a year, that's like you say, oh, man, I don't know many guys that are putting on 10 pounds a year, at your age. Well, it's because I took a fucking year off and I checked in with Matt every fucking week for an entire year. We were progressive with food. I logged all my fucking lifts. I continue to be progressive with everything. Matt knew when to pull me back. He knew when to push me. Like that off season phase is fucking so paramount for progress. Yeah. So if you have a coach that's just kind of like, whatever you do in the off season, you know what to do. Just go fucking eat. And then when you want to prep, let's get to work. Like it wouldn't work for me.
No, and I agree. And I feel like, if you notice a lot of things he's been posting, it seems like Neil's on his ass. Good. About, growing, progressing. And I agree with Justin. I think off season, in my opinion, is just a tad bit more important than a prep.
Well, I mean, what is the prep is always going to be a reflection of your off season, how your body responds, the progress you made, everything. Like how you enter that prep from your off season, man, it's so important. We're not all Kevin Levrone. You know what I mean?
That's true.
6 months off and then just start a prep and grow.
I'll be honest, because I worked with Aceto.
Yeah.
I'm changing, but I have had not the same mentality, but very similar to off season with some of my clients that are older. Like my buddy Bobby, he turned pro last year. I helped him, right? And he was helped by Dominic Cardone. And then at the end, I kind of came in at the end of the 2 or 3 shows he did. And like the last week, I brought him in. He worked with me full on the year prior and then didn't want to work with me the year after because he didn't like the fact that not that I disagree with anything you said. I just, in an off season, I agree with check-ins. However, I don't necessarily agree in an off season that I need weekly fucking photos. I think every other week or like once a month or twice a month is far sufficient.
Okay. So maybe not photos, but at least communication, right?
Oh, no.
Like, let me know how you're feeling.
Yes.
Like,
yes, 100%. But I'm agreeing with you now because the more hands-on that I am in the off season, the more I can control what happens during prep, how the prep starts, how far behind, how far ahead we are in the prep, what he's doing, what he's not doing. So now everybody's gonna be, well, isn't that obvious? And yeah, it's obvious, right? That the more involved, the more I know. But I think I get people that are in their 30s or like 35 or even in their 40s. And I'm like, you should know what to do and what not to do in the off season, right?
Yeah,
like,
but listen, a lot of guys,
right?
A lot of guys, and not, I mean, listen, we're all guilty of it. Like, you know how when you feel like you're like, fuck, man, I'm just not really growing. I'm not fucking putting on weight. It's so hard to eat. I'm just going to fucking put more food in and push. Well, maybe what you need to do is pull back, resensitize your appetite, give your digestive tract a break, and then pull back on training for a fucking week. And then we can push out of that phase. And that's where the progress is. You know what I mean? See, it's not me, guy, you son of a bitch.
Yes, it is. Because you're talking. It's your mic.
Dude,
I hear nothing. So
it's you, dude. It's your setup. I'm telling you, dude. Don't fucking put your finger at me, you son of a bitch.
Motherfuckers. It's nothing. I hear nothing.
No,
I hear a little static sometimes.
When I talk?
No. It's guys fucking system. It's not. He's trying to blame it on my headphones.
I have no static from Justin and no static from Guy.
I got some static.
I got some static fucking too.
Yeah, motherfucker. Yeah, I got fucking static.
I got fucking static with you, bitch.
Anyway, god damn it. My train of thought keeps getting.
That's what happens. No. So, you're right, and I should be better as a coach by understanding that. But when I worked with Aceto, I would be like, hey, what do you want me to do in the off season? And he'd be like, send me what you're doing, and I would send them just like what I ate, like what I've been eating for like a week or two, and he's like, yeah, that's good. Follow that.
See, I don't like that. I need a fucking plan, bro.
So, dude,
Yeah,
Chris,
for sure.
Chris in the start of preps, right? I'd be like, hey man, prep starts in a couple weeks. What do you want me to get? Like as far as gear, like what gear should I have on hand? He would always respond with, well, what do you have? And I'm like, I have this, this, and this. He's like, all right, that's fine. I was like, what do you mean? He's like, well, just use that. I'm like, dude,
I mean, it can be that rudimentary. It's like,
it really is.
I've got test and EQ. Well, okay, fine. We're going to start with test and EQ. No big deal. You know what I mean? But I do appreciate having something laid out. I like a plan and I like to build towards something. I want to know, especially like with my clients, I want to be like, hey, dude, we're starting prep here in 8 weeks. We're going to pull back. I need to clean you the fuck out. Or maybe we need to like take advantage of this last few weeks and let's push hard, drive up calories. Or maybe it's a guy who has a propensity to be too fat. So maybe at 26 weeks out, I'm just going to start cleaning him up a little bit. You know what I mean? So I just want to have control of all those variables as we enter prep. The thing I hate the most is when a guy comes to me and is like, hey, I'm 16 weeks out. I want to start prep. I'm like, what are you eating? They're like, oh, well, fucking nothing. I'm just fat and I'm eating nothing. I'm like, oh God, dude. Well, you're doomed. You know what I mean? Like,
people use prep for a reason to get in shape, not to do a bodybuilding show. People
I know.
Use a prep just so I have like there's a client that I have
the crutch
that she competed. She competed. She did 2 shows. She did very well. She's very young. She went on vacation, and I haven't talked to her yet. And she came back from she went on vacation with her family, boyfriend, whatever. Came back, and she's like, "Hey, I think I have another prep in me. I want to talk to you about it because I went on vacation and I don't look the same as I left." And my conversation is going to be, prep isn't a reason to get in shape because you can't stay on track in the off season.
Yeah.
Prep is to focus on a show. And another conversation that I actually had this week with a guy, I said, you're either a model or you're a bodybuilder. The difference of models look good in shape all year round, and they usually can't progress because they have to stay in shape to get photos done, to get pictures taken. Bodybuilders look great for the best they've ever had for 5 minutes on stage. And the second they walk off stage and they start eating anything after a show, they will progressively lose conditioning, blah, 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 and then eventually be off season. So that's bodybuilding. So if you're a bodybuilder, you can't have the mentality where, oh, I don't want to eat and I don't want to get too fat in the off season, because I was that guy. I was the guy that grew up, that got bullied, that was short, that was chubby, that got made fun of because I had like cankles and big gabs and I was short and but as I got older and I was in the 212 in the off season, I would have very, very bad, I don't even want to say anxiety, just like hard time. Like I wouldn't take my shirt off in front. I wouldn't even go to the fucking beach because I hated how I looked. And I was somebody that should have ate more and like, force fed the food and done the things that Nick does or you do. And like, I ate my meals, right? But if I wasn't hungry, I didn't eat.
Yeah. See, that's just,
there was a period, I'm not cutting you off. And there was a period where I force fed the fucking shit out of myself.
Yeah.
I got up to 242 pounds, and I never forget. I would go to bed fucking full as a tick. And I would wake up in the morning and I'm like, how do I feel like I just fucking ate? And it's 8 hours later. Like,
yeah, I know.
It's the worst feeling. And I hated that. That was which is why now I intermittent fast. Like I was up at 6:30 today and my dad came over early. We're outside in the garden, fucking putting things together for 3.5, 4 hours. I ran errands, had a coffee. It is 6 o'clock. I haven't had a morsel of food all day.
Well, yeah, I don't know if I could do that. But that feeling you're talking about though, that I just did that for an entire year straight. I mean, it's just fucking part of it.
And that's why you'll be a better bodybuilder than I, because I learned it late. I learned it too late.
There is times that you need to pull out of that though. Yes. You can't do that. Like you can't redline. Like when I say I did it for a year straight, yes and no. Like I felt that way. And then after fucking 12 weeks, we'd just pull back a little bit for 2 weeks, resensitize, push back up. And then maybe I'd drop back calories for fucking 6 weeks, push back up. So it's always kind of got to be that game of push and pull, but it's extremes on both ends. If you want to get in shape, you're going to have to fucking starve. You want to grow, you're going to have to fucking push it and not be hungry. It's just, you have to.
I'm gonna blame Macedo because, and I love it. He's one of my favorite human beings in the world. But the reason why I think I was so weird in off seasons was because Chris never said send me pictures. He never said I want updates. He was like run this and this. But you got to remember something too. You guys got to take into consideration something. I'm 41. Chris is almost 60 years old. Like he comes from a time where like that's like an old school mentality. Like that's what they did back then, bro.
Yeah, but he's a prep coach. That's like his thing. He preps guys.
Yes.
He doesn't really want to deal with off season. I've watched podcasts.
He doesn't even want to deal with women.
Yeah. Well, they fall in love with him because he's so charming.
Very charming.
But listen, dude, it's like that those off-season periods. Now I could see why Rafa might want to go somewhere else. You know what I mean? Now, when I have my guys check in every week, I don't need to see, your chubby, hairy body in your underwear every week. I don't need to. I know what you look like.
You want to.
But I want to. I need those pictures. I use those pictures. No, it's accountability. It's like I make sure like every fucking Wednesday you send me pictures and you tell me how you're feeling. You fucking get uncomfortable in front of the camera and then you let me know how digestion is, how training is going. Send me a few training videos and you get in a rhythm of that every fucking week for an entire year. And next thing you know, you made some serious progress because you were accountable. You know what I mean? And it's pretty easy. Like, I know that I'm like, fuck, I got to send Matt check-ins tomorrow. Like, so like, I'm not going to
I'd take some DMP and some fucking,
I'm not going to like, or like if fucking these guys aren't sending me pictures every week, maybe they're going to go eat burgers every single fucking night because it's easier, but I'll know if you're eating burgers every night. I could take a look at your plan and I could take a look at you and I can follow the trends and say, dude, you're cheating on your diet. Like fucking.
Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you guys a question? Do you think that weekly check-ins are people are more accountable with check-ins in an off season because of social media?
I don't know. I mean,
I'm asking because like, I'll take Nick, right? Nick likes to take weekly or bi-weekly progress pics. And I'm weekly. I'm saying you don't always post them weekly. Sometimes you'll do every other week. But I look at that and I'm like, dude, that's like, he's posting like every fucking week he's taking a pic. And I'm like, you know what? I never did that. And I have
pictures. Sorry to interrupt, Guy. I know this is kind of your thing, but I have weekly pictures of my physique from 2019 every single week until this week. I don't have.
I'm so bad. I don't mean to interrupt you, but because I am.
Is that your thing?
That's my thing.
It works.
I'm actually going to get Interruption King on a shirt.
You should actually. That would probably do really well.
Okay.
Somebody left a comment. I mean, the comments sections are pretty funny on this thing, but someone left a comment saying that Nick and I should start our own podcast and call it the Bro Split.
Wait, why am I not involved in it?
You talk too much.
You talk too.
You want to
wait.
That was pretty funny.
Nick, you wanted to do a podcast with me, so you kissed my ass.
Yeah.
I talked. So you know what happened, Justin? We started a podcast, right? Yeah. And now because we do a podcast together, he talks more because he has no choice to. So now it's like, guy, shut up. Nick wants to talk.
I gotta talk over him all the time.
Yeah, you have to. You really got to insert yourself. Me, I just fucking took 100 micrograms of cleanse. So I'm fucking
zing.
Wait. I don't want to get off topic, but Guy, you haven't eaten yet?
Yeah.
No, okay, so hold on. Thursdays and Sundays are my off day from the gym. So I give my digestion like a full reset. I'll have like 1 or 2 meals like later on in the evening. I don't eat all day on Tuesdays.
Yeah, but it's Thursdays. 6, bro. When's your first meal?
Usually.
Yeah.
3:30. And then I go to the gym at like 5.
Do you eat like 3 times a day?
No. So I'll get up at 6:30.
Yeah.
I'll do cardio by like 8 o'clock. I do whatever I have to do throughout the day, whether it's emails, just work shit. Yeah. And then I have my first meal at 3:30. And then I go to the gym at 5. I have a 17 or 16.9 ounce Gatorade when I train. I get done working out. I do 50 grams of carbs, 50 grams of cyclodextrin, the Formula 19 by Blackstone Labs. And then I do my next meal after that is a lean protein, whether it's either turkey, fish, or chicken. With I do about like 6 ounces or 5 ounces of rice. I just do the fucking ounces because I know 6.1 ounces is a cup. So I do a little under a cup. I do a ton of veggies, and then I'll do that meal, and then I'll do another whole food meal. Well, my first meal is eggs before the gym. Eggs, cream of rice, fruit. Then I do the Gatorade post-workout shake, and then I'll do a lean protein meal, and then I'll do a higher fat one, whether it's like bison or beef or salmon with carbs, and then that's usually it. If I'm up super late, I'll have a shake and peanut butter before bed. But I get like I get about 4 meals in from 3:30 until I go to bed.
Well, now it makes sense. Now it makes sense, guy.
Well,
this is why you never grew and you were always in the 212.
I'm retired.
Well, now you are retarded, but you weren't always retarded.
You're going to get fucking ripped for that. You're ripped.
I'm just kidding. I actually envy that. I look forward to the day that I'm just eating when I feel like it. And
that's why.
Yeah, for sure.
That is exactly why.
And honestly, you look great. Like you can probably do a cartwheel and jumping jacks and fucking run. All that fun shit.
I feel my joints, like my knees were bad. Even my shoulders are horrible, but like I can honestly say that since I've lost the weight, the amount of pressure that is on my joints consistently, better. I do. Now, I don't like how I look because obviously you guys are like, well, eat more. It's not even about that. It's just like when you stop taking like a normal cycle and you just do 200 mgs of tests, and I'm not even making this up. I want to try to do 2 shots of test a week. I like to be around like 350, 400 tests and just stay there because I know my weight will increase a little bit. However, it's like I do 1 shot every I tell myself I do every shot on Monday. Then I'll wake up on Monday and it's now Wednesday. I forget to do it. Then I'll do it on like Thursday. And then I'm like, well, I did it on Thursday. I'm not doing another shot on fucking Sunday. It's too close together.
You just need to increase your frequency and make it more consistent. Do it every other day. That way you don't forget, or even daily. Just do it daily. Make it part of your routine.
Are you talking about, so actually
put in an insulin pen.
Fuad was actually, when I was in Canada, or not Canada. I'm sorry. When I was in, where the hell was I just fucking with? I was in El Paso, Texas. Shout out to King of Iron Nutrition. Awesome place.
That's my client. Good kid.
I didn't know that until he told me.
Yeah.
He's a phenomenal human being. Him and his fiance took care of us, and what a great event it was. But Fuad said the same thing. He was like, "Why don't you just do like 10 every day and keep your levels the same?" He goes and just backload it into an insulin pin. Now it's crazy the mentality that I have versus younger guys, because I was always under the impression, I know it's wrong, that when you do oil, you have to really penetrate the muscle and like 1.5 inches into the glute and like that.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense if you're doing larger oil volumes. If you're pinning fucking 2-3 cc's, yeah, you want to bury that fucker in the tissue.
So where do you guys? I've never, I've never put oil in an insulin syringe and shot it. So I could obviously backloading it's easy. I could figure it out.
Justin?
I never have. No, I never done oil, but obviously my GH every morning.
No, I'm
just saying I've never actually pinned oil, but I've never pinned.
But like where? Okay, Nick, where would you where do those little? I mean, you're fucking huge. Where is that little?
Put in your shoulder. Put in your pec.
Put in your shoulder. Yeah.
But you don't think like I've heard of guys like that do like IM with oil because you can, and they get like hard little lumps like all over.
It's not going deep enough.
So do you use a full?
I think it becomes very beneficial in a prep when the body fat's lower, the skin's thinner. It's not as bad when you're in the off season. You got a little more fluff going on. It's not going to hit where it needs to hit, and you will not. I have tried it, and I did get it wasn't a knot. It's just the spot was a little on the harder side, but I just think using a regular syringe is probably the best way. Period, in my opinion.
But what size insulin, Justin? What size?
For you, I'd just go like a 29 gauge 1/2 inch and just fucking pin like 0.2 ml. I mean, nothing. Yeah. Do it daily.
Because I'm very routine, and if I have a routine like that, I think you guys are right. Like I'll fall into.
For someone like you, guy, like that is something you could do right now because it's what you're retired, and it'll gradually just be a routine for you.
Yeah,
exactly.
Because when you have to do 1 shot a week, even 2, you just forget. You don't.
When you
do
whatever
you have to do it every day, like it's routine. Like Justin said, you just fall right into it.
And the only thing I don't like, and I was saying, is that, and it's you guys are going to eat more, and that that would help a very minuscule amount. It's the actual flatness of the body. like that you lose when you're not
Yeah.
taking a lot of gear.
Yeah, I can
Like,
see that.
like it's not that like I don't have muscle, but like see, it's like instead of being like round, they're just flat. Instead of my
Flat,
chest
yeah.
being full, it's just everything's flatter. It's hard. Like even and I
Can
even
you
have
feel
like
it?
I have like skin too, like that I never had when I was competing, like skin like that normally, like even like if you look on the arm, like my arm saying like there's skin that just like that I
Yeah.
even like my lower abs, like see, I have like all like I never had like just like random skin. Like it's so fucking
You're in great shape though, guy.
Yeah.
it's dude, I'm so people are like, oh, you're in I'm like, I'm 100 and fucking I think I was 190 pounds or 189 this morning.
You want to
I'm
be
not-
that light or
but
no?
that's-
Jay would always be like, bro, wait until you're done fucking competing. You're gonna be like 160.
You're close.
But it's not, I feel like my body, you know, when they say like everybody's bodies once they retire kind of normalized and gets to the weight that their body's comfortable at. My body, I think my body is comfortable like 185 to 190. I graduate and I don't know if this was a true testament, but somebody's like, normally what you graduate high school in, or like what you kind of like are in the beginning years of college, is normally like your normal weight that your body wants to be at. And I graduated high school at 160 or 165. So
I graduated at 230.
Dude, somebody said in the comments, they go, you look at Nick's first stage picks, how can you say that somebody shouldn't try bodybuilding? And I wanted to be like, Nick was like 230 pounds at like fucking 15 years old.
Nick followed Hassan's diet, no
Yeah,
carbs.
just
for
because
fucking 6
Nick had a
weeks.
bad showing. Nick was a fucking freak.
Wrong diet, wrong tan, wrong everything.
Yeah.
Bad prep. Horrible.
Yeah, bad prep.
That thinking what is
Here,
happening?
I'm vlogging, you guys. I'm vlogging a full day of eating.
Here we go.
What are we eating?
Fucking white fish and nothing else.
That's it.
Gross.
Yep. Say hi.
Hi.
Huh.
I'm trying to vlog. I don't fucking know. We'll see if
There you go. One step at a time.
Yeah, I know.
Who does your filming now, Nick?
I just hired this new guy, and I paid him a month up front, pretty much. So I'm going to see how this goes. He's very, very into it. So I'm curious to see how this goes.
I have to.
That's
So
good.
if anybody's around New York, New Jersey, and they're looking to get hired for filming, I need a new camera guy. So Tony, that was my camera guy that was filming me all the time.
What happened with that?
He's getting married in a couple weeks, but this is wedding season, and he's very, very, very busy doing wedding stuff.
Wedding season, yo, they make good
they
money on
bank.
the weddings.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
can't, and I don't blame him for that. But like I need him especially for weekends. Like, you know, Blackstone wants somebody with me when I travel. They want to pay for a videographer. Like, I need videographers that actually can leave on weekends and travel with me, and it's hard to find because and this is like anybody that films me. I don't know how you guys are, but like if they film me, they're getting paid by me. They're also filming for Blackstone Labs because Blackstone Labs needs videos, and they will also film for Gasp. So they're getting paid 3 different ways. Like I literally, like somebody that if wants that actual like videographer job, they can literally have a full-time job with me doing what I need to do. Problem is that a lot of people, and this isn't Tony's great. Videographers that in the past that I've worked with, some are very fucking lazy. Very lazy. And the edits suck.
Well, that's the word. I feel like with a lot of cameramen, especially the ones I work with, not all of them, but a few, it starts great.
Yes.
Like you get photos within that day. You get the like, your video's done overnight. And then out of nowhere, your pictures, you get like 1 instead of this much, you know, and then your video takes like over a week to get posted. And you're like, what the fuck happened here?
It's like a girlfriend, right? It's like in the beginning, it's like the honeymoon phase. Everything's great. Everything's fucking coming together.
No more blowjobs, you know. My videographer's awesome. I'm the lazy one. I'm one that's always like, I don't feel like filming, or I'm busy. I mean, I just have a lot of shit going on with like my 3 businesses.
I'm going to tell you this, Justin. I'm going to give you a word of advice.
Yeah.
For somebody who's retired, who had that same mindset, like I don't feel like fucking filming. Like I just want to train.
Just do it.
Yeah.
You're gonna look back. Like I don't have any progress pictures in my phone. Like I would literally take progress pictures, send them to Aceto, and fucking delete them off my phone because I would fucking stare at them and be like, "You look like fucking dog shit."
Yeah.
like every time. Well, it could be a week out. I hate how I look. So I don't have any. And when I was competing, I was like, I'm still like kind of frugal with my money. Like, I don't like to just fucking people like, well, you have a TRM. Okay. I buy things that I want sometimes, but
Yes.
I didn't like to spend money on myself, whether it was videographer, whether it was pictures. So when I was coming up, like I wasn't a guy that had a videographer, and I was making, there was contracts I was making, 6 figures for supplement companies, but I never had the aspiration to be like, I want a videographer to follow me. Now that I'm retired and I have the time, I'm like, yeah, but it bothers me because I'm like, the shit that really people fucking should see should have been the shit that I was filming when I was fucking competing, traveling the world. And I don't have any of that. And that sucks.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I just booked a flight for my filmer to come with me to Chicago. And then I booked him a hotel. Like I'm still filming. I'm vlogging right now. I just dropped a video last week on my channel. I know I could be doing more. And, that's why I bought this setup. Cause I don't always like,
that's pretty cool.
Always. Man. Yeah. It's a pretty good little setup. It's fucking perfect little vlog camera, a little mic. And then this little thing's pretty
cool. So the thing you have, the handle, I bought one of those, didn't use it for like 5 years. And then Tony came over and it was so out of date. It wasn't even like for the right phone to look up. So I
this thing's great. I can zoom and record from the handle. I don't know. I just figure like,
is that a Sony?
Yeah, it's a Sony. Yeah.
A4
ZV1.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like their little vlog camera.
Okay. I have a
but
Sony.
It films 4K, 60 frames per second.
I'm going to show you.
How much was that?
I think this whole setup was only like $600. Like the body was like $400.
I'm going to show you the camera that I got real quick because I paid like $1,000 for this fucking camera, and I took it to Italy to take pictures, and I got it for vlogging, and I have no idea. I'm going to show you real quick.
Did you vlog in Italy?
I did. I vlogged like of my trip with my parents, but I didn't like vlogging like my bodybuilding shit. But I want to show you. So just you guys.
I think so. Like this. Yeah, my body was like 7.
Talk amongst yourselves for 30 seconds.
The camera is like 750. Then like the mic and everything was like, I'm thinking I'm in at like 900 total for this.
That's not bad at all.
It's chilling, dude. It's perfect.
Yeah.
It's exactly what I need.
That's really cool.
Yeah. Only thing is this mic, and I'm using it today. I'm realizing that it's not like directional. So as I'm filming, I'm talking like this. It's not like picking me up. It's like I was filming my pan as it was cooking, and like the sizzling of the pan. I rewatched the video and it's just like all you can hear is the fucking sizzle, and you hear me like whispering in the background. So I might need to upgrade mics, but
that's okay. Learning.
Yep, this is fucking. I just got to do something. And dude, how you are in like a prep. It's like I'm 3 weeks out, and my filmer's like, "You want to film?" Like, I don't want to talk to you, and nothing against you. I don't want to fucking hang out with nobody, dude. I don't want to. I go to the gym. I want it's fucking summertime. I'm still putting a hoodie up and like big headphones on. Yep. I just don't want to deal with it, dude. Like,
you get to that point where you just kind of want to be alone, train, and leave. You don't want to.
No, it's tough. It's like it's not. I mean, fuck, you know how it is. Even like my wife, I'm like, don't feel like chatting right now, honey.
I know.
You know what I mean? Like, so this is, I think, will be a good opportunity for me to get some content. And then when he's not around, like I fly out the day before him to Chicago. Yeah. So I'm gonna I want to vlog like my travel day. That way I can.
That'd be cool.
Content. Yeah.
So just I have this, which is a Sony. It's a A5100.
Yep.
So that's this little guy.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Bought this, never used it. Problem is with this, 30-minute fucking recording only. You can't record one. Yep. So this was like $600. So I got rid of this. Or I didn't get rid of it. I have it. And then I bought this one.
So the A4, you said?
This is a A6400.
A6400, yeah.
It's 4K. So this one this has like a lot more features on it. Problem I have is that I'm fucking so like I don't know. There's all these functions and buttons, and I'm like, I just want to fucking.
Dude, there's so many like good YouTube channels that will tell you exactly how to set that up. Just Google A6400 or YouTube it and say A6400 vlog setup, and then watch some fucking nerd run through the menu and show you exactly how to set it up. That's what I did with this.
I've been trying to vlog for so long.
That he said. Yeah.
I even have this.
What yeah,
that's old school, baby.
That's old school as fuck.
How old is
this thing's like set up to be. This is like their vlog camera, so like it has a wide angle lens.
Yeah,
I don't know what lens you have on the 6400. What is it?
Like 6400.
Yeah, it's like probably like a 35 to.
This one's.
He's too old.
Optical steady shot, Sony. It just says, it usually says 35. This says 3 power zoom, E mount. This says,
You need help, guy?
no, it just does. It says 0.25. No, that's not it. This says E 3.5 to 5.6 PZ 16-50. No, there's no.
There you go.
like,
Yeah, 16 to 55. 16
16
millimeter.
to 50. 16 to 50.
16 to 50. Yeah, that's perfect. You can vlog right at like 16, 18 millimeters.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just, you know what it is? Like, even when Tony would come into like the grocery store and film me,
Yeah.
me being filmed in a setting that's not a gym or a bodybuilding show,
Fucking awkward,
it
dude.
actually makes me very uncomfortable because I feel like
yeah.
people look at you and they're like, what the who's this fucking idiot film?
Yeah,
like,
you just gotta get, I know. I've done all these shopping trips and fucking it never really feels comfortable. You just gotta do it.
Roll with it. And then like I get nervous because I feel like you're not supposed to like film.
I feel like it'd be way. Yeah, I got like, kicked out of Costco.
You got kicked out?
Well, the guy came up to me, he's like, you can't film in here. I was like, wow, I was just like fucking just
It's a vlog, bro.
Yeah, he made us he didn't make me leave, he just made me put away my camera.
What about, okay, so what's the difference between that and a cell phone?
I don't know. Apparently you can't film with a cell phone. I feel like he was just fucking being a dick. I feel like there's no actual rule.
So my buddy,
He probably was, Hadar.
My buddy, I'm not going to say his name because I want to keep this confidential for legal purposes. You guys, Justin, you don't know. Nick, you do, because I talked to you about it last Tuesday. Okay, I was in court. I was in court. I had to speak as a witness on my buddy's side to keep him out of jail because he was looking at 12 to 36 months in prison because he was firing this piece of shit kid that was supposedly his best friend, that was a personal trainer out of his gym, that wasn't paying a fucking dime of rent for 4 years. And they were expanding. And he was going to have a conversation like, hey, we're doing things in the gym. We want you to be a part of it. However, like, we need you to pay rent as a personal trainer. Like, you can't be like just taking the money and leaving. And like, you got to pay your part like everybody else. Yeah. And he had a feeling that the conversation wasn't going to go well because he was his friend and he had a feeling his friend was going to fucking lose his mind and snap and get pissed. So he recorded the conversation. However, in the state of Pennsylvania, where he lives, it is one of 9 dual consent states where meanwhile, like if I was in New Jersey, right, if I wanted to record you or Nick on a phone call, right? New Jersey is a 1 consent state. As long as I know that I'm recording, I don't have to tell you. I know it's a 1 person. PA's 2. Not like he ever thought this was going to happen. However, the kid and the kid's scumbag brother took the computer that it was on, because I guess it was their computer that he had he saved the recording, but he saved it to his email. These kids on the stand admitted to breaking into his fucking email and emailing the video to the fucking district attorney's office, who was involved in this case, who was fucking partners with the personal trainer in the personal training business. And they fucking admitted that they sent the video and broke into his email, and they still found him fucking guilty. So his sentencing hearing was on Tuesday. They wanted to give him 12 to 36 months in prison for hitting fucking record on a fucking breakup tape for a gym. And they ended up giving him probation. But dude, it was one of the most intense things I've ever been at.
That's scary.
It's mind boggling being who we are and how you guys have been at gyms and like all of a sudden you go on Instagram later and there'll be like a video and it'll be like, oh, dude, guy Sister Nito's in the house, and they like take a fucking and they zoom in on you and they tag you and you're like, why is that like, that's okay, but doing it like that, it blew my mind. And to look at the world we live in and the times that have changed, and we're trying to give somebody jail time for hitting record. It's not like he recorded a porno. It's not like it was kiddie porn. It's not like it was a fucking sexual explicit. He was
just doing it to maintain records of his fucking interaction with his employee.
That's it. That's it.
Dude, I've been there. Yeah.
You know, like he was trying to be a smart business owner, right? And do the right thing. And then you got like people trying to chastise them and throw them away. And it was just, we were talking about
Crazy.
recording. So it just, it came to my head and it blew my mind.
Should
Really
we
blew my mind.
should we go over some questions? Let's see if I got any questions.
I posted too. Did Nick probably didn't. He probably forgot.
No.
Okay.
You want to ask or you want me to?
Listen, no.
I'll let the.
I think this is a good question.
Go
because
back and forth.
People like to use this as a really convenient excuse. So I will ask this.
Go ahead.
And I'm going to answer it too, if you guys don't mind. And then you guys
don't mind.
How would you structure someone's meal plan if they work a 9 to 5 with little downtime? Okay. Now, you think because you work a 9 to 5 that you can't eat your meals, right?
You can.
You fucking can. Okay. So you're going to wake up in the morning. You're going to eat a meal. You're going to go to work. They're going to give you a 10-minute break. You're going to eat a meal. You're going to get a 30-minute break. You're going to eat a meal. You're going to get off of work. You're going to eat a meal. There's 4 meals. You're going to go train. You're going to eat a post-workout meal. Right before bed, you're going to eat another meal. Done. What the fuck, dude? Oh my God. How do you do it if you got a job? Like, what the fuck, dude? People like, oh, brother, I worked 8 hours today. Listen, I always say this. I say this to my fucking clients. I'm like, you need to have the tenacity of a fucking addict. Now, you have coworkers that smoke a pack of cigarettes a day. Now, trust me, they smoked that fucking pack, baby. That pack got down no matter what. Okay.
They made sure
whether they went to the bathroom and smoked them motherfuckers, or they went to the boss and said, hey, I'm a fucking addict and I got to get out. I got to fucking smoke. I'm fiending. Or they smoked 2 cigarettes on their fucking break. They smoke them fast. They got their pack done. You can eat your fucking meals. And people are like, oh man, I don't know what I'm doing. So I give these guys, I'm like, here, I don't like it, but here's a meal replacement shake. You've got no excuse. I'm going to show you how quickly I can do a meal replacement shake. Oh shit. Okay. There's a meal replacement shake. Water. I'm going to shake it. Now count to fucking 5. And the whole thing is in my stomach.
Ask your boss for a 30. Hey, boss, I need a 2-second break.
You can do like, the animal meal, right? Animal meal. It's like fucking 60 grams of carbs, 50 grams of protein. You can put that powder in a shaker cup and you can walk to work and be like, hey boss, how you doing? This is like literally, I'm having a conversation with my boss. Yeah. About work. Yep. Yeah. And I'm shaking it up, talking to my boss. And then I pound it and then I set it down. And I literally just had a meal in 15 fucking seconds. So I don't want to fucking hear about how you can't eat. Okay.
A lot of times, I don't think it's about eating at work. People say, well, I have to work. And that's the excuse. And I don't want to bring my meals to work because I'm too lazy to make them and bring them with me.
Yeah, they just don't want to make
them. Let's just say you're eating 5. Let's go to 5 meals a day because that'll be a little bit easier. Wake up, eat your breakfast, go to work. You're gonna get a lunch break. You can't work 8 hours without your boss giving you a lunch break. You're gonna have 1 meal on your lunch break. You're gonna get off work at 5 p.m. You're gonna have another meal. There's 3 meals. You're going to the gym. You get off work. You slam a fucking protein shake post-workout meal. Then you eat a meal before bed. There's 5 meals. It is not fucking hard. Quit being a victim. Quit putting these limitations on yourself because you work. Fucking every bodybuilder that we know all started, maybe not Nick, because Nick just a phenom and went right to it, but all started bodybuilding while working.
I worked just all of us. This is a true story. When I worked in a nursing home, and if we didn't get done like the work, whatever, on time that when I was supposed to eat, I would tell my boss I have to take a poop.
There you go. And you take a meal in the bathroom.
Eat on the shitter.
I'd bring my meal into the bathroom and just sit there and eat, and then go back and finish what I had to do.
There you go. Done. And I've told clients that I'm like, dude, is there a porta potty at the work site? I said, fucking sneak your meal on that bitch.
Go.
Slam it, dude. Whatever. Just get it.
I do that more often than
not. Listen, and if you're a guy that wants to make it, and then at the end of when you finally make it, you can go, dude, I used to bring my meal into the fucking bathroom and eat it because that's what I had to do. So there is a way. Now, you don't even have to. I just explained ways that you can, not have to eat a meal on the fucking toilet.
Justin, how's this?
There's a way.
It's disgusting, but you do what you have.
When I turned pro, I was working with Dave Palumbo, 2007 and 8. 2007, I took second at nationals to Jose. 2008, I won. Both years, I worked with Dave.
Mm-hmm.
The first year when I took second, I was working a 9 to 5. I was working for HSBC. Okay. One of the biggest banks in the world, fucking doing mortgages right out of college. I would wake up in the morning. This is just during prep. Fuck just eating meals. I would wake up before work. I would do 75 minutes of fucking cardio.
Been there.
Go to work. Okay. I would bring breakfast meal 1, 2, and 3 to work with me in a cooler. I would eat breakfast as soon as I got there because I'm usually right as like work starting or calls. I've got about 5 minutes, 10 minutes to eat. I would eat, have, on the phone all day. Cause if you anything know about mortgages, it's a lot of cold calling, a lot of fucking paperwork, pulling credit scores. And throughout the day, I would have another meal at my desk. A lot of time my boss would be like, "Guy, you can't eat at your desk." I'd get up and I'd go in the break room, slam it down for 5 minutes and come back, go right back to work. And then, like you said, if I had to go to the bathroom or do it, if it was busy, I've done it. But I would go right to the gym. I'd work out, do another 75 fucking minutes of cardio, and then go home and have a meal and go to bed.
Yep.
So
it's really not that hard. And I don't mean to like be critical of this guy. What I'm saying is like the overarching theme from like young guys or just people in general that want to get into bodybuilding, they just seem to like go, well, I can't because I have a job, but you can. I promise. It's not that complicated.
Just when people go, I have a 9 to 5, it's hard for me to find time for the gym. I'm like, no, it's not. Then you either wake up early and go before the fucking day starts.
Yeah.
You go after your work.
Or listen, let's get okay. How
or go on your lunch break if you have an hour.
You need to be to work by 9 a.m., which means, let's say you're waking up at 8 a.m., which means you can go to bed at midnight and still get 8 hours of sleep, right?
Yeah.
So from 5 to midnight is 7 hours. I can eat 4 meals in 7 hours.
Hell yeah.
You can fucking do it. You can space out 3 meals every 2 hours, 2, 4, 6. And right before bed, I'm fucking hammering a shake. You just did 4 meals. Now, if you did breakfast at 8 a.m. when you woke up, there's 5 meals. Shut up.
Yeah.
Eat your fucking food. It's not that hard. It's not that hard.
And in a time, right, where there's meal fucking prep companies, there's places that will cook food for you, bulk protein. You got Carlo Filippone's got Chicken Pound. If you live in Jersey or like New York, there's Fuel Chef, Frank, MegaFit. MegaFit, MegaFit's phenomenal.
I love MegaFit.
Guys are great.
It's super good. Yeah.
It's great. I love the pineapple. They had a chicken, pineapple, and rice one that was fucking bang.
I've just been doing their like bulk chicken and
that's what I do.
Yeah, steak.
That whole team over there is great. The owners, I've known them for years. They're awesome. If I'm at shows and stuff, Billy will come over like, "Hey, you want food, bro?" And they sponsored me for a little bit, and I actually stopped working with MegaFit only because we had a local guy here in town, and I think locally, if you can get it fresh, not frozen, and you got a local guy, you can support him. You do it.
Definitely. Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. He's really good.
Fuel Chef
Frank is fucking awesome. I think you guys have had him at events too. You guys have ate his food before, I think. Both.
I have, but he shipped me one time when I lived in Tampa, and the chicken was.
Bro, I get the same thing every week. Like I'm sure, like almost like Justin, if or with MegaFit or you when you're dieting. He does bulk proteins now. He makes these 99% lean turkey burgers, and he grinds mushrooms and uses that as like the binder.
Yeah. Okay.
And then he makes salmon patties, bison burgers, and then I get plain white fish and plain chicken. And I just make I have a rice cooker. I put the rice cooker on. I'll throw some potatoes on the grill for the beginning of the week and get some potatoes made. And then you got your veggies, and it's not fucking hard.
No, it's really easy.
I tell my clients, I go, you cook on Wednesday and you cook on Sunday. You cook on Sunday, you have all your food for Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. And then beginning of Wednesday, you cook Wednesday night. And then you have all your food for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And then again on Sunday.
Yeah. It's really
no, invest in Tupperware, a cooler, and cook twice a week. And anybody can get in shape or gain weight or whatever they want to do.
Yeah, for sure. I just get a lot of, oh man, I missed 3 meals yesterday. I'm like, damn, 3? You missed 3? Like,
now you sound like Guy.
All right. Well, let's do another question.
Guy doesn't miss meals. He just doesn't eat.
If he's not hungry, he doesn't eat. That's simple.
That's it.
So this is Jason Dalcor. He says, would you rather train at 4 a.m. before work or after a 10-hour workday?
Before work.
Hold on. It depends what the work is.
It definitely depends what the work is, but
if you're sitting at home working remote from your fucking computer for 10 hours, you can go to the fucking gym, dude.
Yeah. I'll say this.
Still might go early because I feel like sitting around for 10 hours, I might get tired. I'm not gonna lie.
You're gonna get tired, but I've worked 10-hour days in the sun, in my field, fucking prepping my field, and then I just slam a meal, my pre-workout, and I go train. For me, I can always turn it on.
Yeah.
I don't know. I never really have an issue. I've worked hard labor jobs. Like before it was, farming, and before I was bodybuilding, it was painting houses and doing construction where I'm in the sun all day, and you're always working 8 to 10 hours.
Yeah.
I never really had an issue flipping the switch and turning it on. Now I would have an issue going at 4 a.m. big time. I just couldn't do it.
My dad would wake up at 4 o'clock and go to the gym with no problem. Me, I'm like, the later the better.
Yeah, dude, if I've got 4 or 5 meals in me, like I've trained fucking 8 p.m., 9 p.m. and I'm totally fine with it.
I used to train super early. Like I used to get up at 5, be at the gym by 6, done by 8. And now
nice, but
now the thought of it though.
Oh no, I need meals in me. I need to be hydrated.
I'm
Nick,
like,
how was your
4 liters of water?
How is your strength, Nick, compared to training super early in the morning versus training later with all the food you have in you?
Okay, for me, honestly, there was no difference. The only difference I felt was I was just really hungry in the morning.
So you went on an empty stomach?
Oh, no, I would still eat a meal. But what I'm saying is having 1 meal versus 2 or 3 meals, the only difference I actually felt in the gym wise was like, I'm kind of hungry,
So you woke up at 5 in the gym at what time?
I'd wake up at 5. I'd eat by like 5:30, in the gym by say 6:15-ish.
So you would eat a real whole food meal.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I know a lot of these guys talk about like going and getting trained and fasted in the morning.
Yeah, no, I have never trained fasted a day in my life.
Yeah, I could never do that.
I know you have. What does it feel like?
I would rather wake up a little later and get more sleep rather than wake up 30 minutes earlier to get a meal, because my energy levels with 1 meal versus no meals is exactly the fucking same. Exactly the same.
I could believe it. You don't really eat a lot anyway, though, so I'm sure it's the same.
Yeah, my first meal when I eat it is 2 whole eggs, 4 whites, 35 grams of carbs from cream of rice, and 150 grams
That's
of blueberries.
it? 35 grams?
Of carbs, yeah.
Damn, fucking snack, bro.
Yeah, it's a snack.
You're a snack.
I know I am.
You have fruit, though, right? You said you have fruit?
Yeah, 150 grams of fruit.
What kind of fruit do you like?
I'll do mixed. I like the actually cherry blend from
Yeah, you like cherries? I can't get the cherries.
I don't.
What cherry blend?
They got Trader Joe's has I just bought them 4 bags today. They have a blend. It's got cherries, it's got raspberries, it's got blueberries, blackberries.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a cherry blend they call. I think it's called a cherry blend. However, the only fruit I hate eating frozen. Yes. One fruit I can't stand eating frozen. I hate it.
Frozen?
Frozen, I hate it.
Strawberries?
Yep.
Fresh strawberries are better. I mean, I think
frozen strawberries
they're hard. Strawberries better.
They get too rock hard to bite into.
We gotta let it sit in the cream of rice for a minute.
I do, but it's still you do,
and then in hot.
The bottom will get soft, and then the top stays frozen.
Yeah. I love frozen blueberries over fresh blueberries.
Oh yeah. Well, dude, I think if you get a good fresh blueberry, but so many times I'm getting fucking bunked soft blueberries.
Yeah.
And it's like mashed potatoes in your mouth.
The fucking worst. Yeah.
Yeah.
This guy says, does anyone else get boners when doing cardio on the bike, or is it just me?
It's just you.
I think it's just him. I've never.
What are you thinking about on the bike to get a boner?
Yeah. Well,
yeah, it must be pretty.
Unless it's Cox rubbing against his knee.
He must be hungry.
Just frictions.
That's all
Yeah, that could probably be it. He probably has huge adductors.
Playing ping pong against his abductors.
Bing.
I didn't even look at mine. Let's see how many people give a shit about
Yeah, let's alternate. What do we got? Justin, I feel like Justin has a good one.
No, I was reading stupid ones. A
lot of stupid ones.
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
is it like the would you rathers?
Yeah, there's some would you rathers that I just would rather avoid.
This is a good one. Favorite bodybuilding memory from when competing, and for Nick and Justin by Will Burke.
I would say winning nationals, winning my pro card.
I would say winning New York Pro.
Even more over the Arnold?
Yeah, because when I won New York, It was a very just sensational feeling.
That was your first pro win, wasn't it?
It was the first pro win. Anybody who I could like want to have there was there.
Yeah.
And just the audience, it was something I also didn't expect. I would hit one pose and the crowd would just blow their fucking mind. Like that was like just such a really cool feeling,
It's awesome.
So yeah, obviously winning the Arnold is phenomenal. Getting fifth at your first one was phenomenal. But I think for me, the most meaningful one was New York.
Yeah, I can see
I'm gonna go with you on that, Nick, because for me, I competed around the entire world. So my friends and family weren't always like, I competed a lot by myself, like with just the guys, the guys that were competing. So my 2015 and 16 year pro wins, even 2014 when I took second, when you're on stage posing and the crowd gets behind you, I can't tell you guys what that feels like. And Nick, Justin, obviously you'll know what that's like in a couple of weeks.
Since definitely.
But when you're hitting shots and you're doing your posing routine, and when you're like out for the first call out and you hear people just going fucking the adrenaline rush from that alone makes it work. Because you guys have been at shows. I've seen guys come out with posing routines. You're a fucking cricket. Nobody's doing anything. Yeah. And I'm like, I've always been like, I pray. Even like guest posings, people come out and you like, they got to get people to cheer. And I'm just like, oof. Like, I hope that never happens to me. And I was lucky. I never was in a position where I was on stage competing or posing and it was a pin drop. But my most memorable shows have always been the one that my friends and family have been at, because that plus the crowd, the home team crowd is just, it's almost like, they talk about stadium shaking. Obviously I'm using analogies, but that's kind of what it feels like.
Does
and I think that's what makes the memories stand out in my head is not the accolade of winning or not the bodybuilding show itself, but it's the fans that were there supporting that actually made the memory. This guy goes, when's Nick getting a real microphone?
Got one, bitch.
Hey, I'm gonna go take a piss real quick. I'm in that stage of prep where you just drink a bunch of water.
Yep.
I'm hungry.
You got a pee.
Nick, have you ever turned green from a tan? Ben Johnson 3M.
Actually, yes.
You might look like you're pretty pale.
In 2017, North Americans, my tan did get a slight green tint to it.
What did you use? Was it the tan? Was it the tanning company, or was it the blend of tan you used?
I don't want to say it was a tanning company. What fucking tanning company was it? It was
not tanning company, but like was it like Jantana? Was it a Pro Tan?
It was Liquid Sun Rays that year.
Okay, LSR. So they use something different than both of them. So that's like usually like a 1 or 2 coat and done.
But I used it. I remember I had to qualify for that show, and I used LSR for the qualifier as well. And it was like I was black. Like it
looked good.
It looked good, black. And then this one, it just gave me like the green little tint to it.
Yep.
So, I don't know if it was like something they mixed in it that just kind of, because that year, a lot of people, actually, I remember now, had a little green tint to them. It wasn't like just me. So,
oh, okay. Because a lot of times what happens is a lot of people, Nick, like when you're getting ready for a show and you're taking diuretics and cutting water, like your pH or your
pH
changes.
matters.
So a lot of times what people, to balance it out, a lot of people will rub baking soda on their skin to balance out the pH so they do not turn green. One thing I can tell people, I know this was a question about turning green, but this is going to help a lot of people. If you want the best tans that I've ever had, ever, and I did it every show. I never really had a problem with my tan besides overseas getting sprayed by people that you're like, I don't even know what these guys are using. Like, they're just like, you just have to.
That's scary. Yeah.
But I would always, a week out from a show, always a week out. I would, because I get out of the shower. First thing I do is I put skin cream on. Like I put cream on to make sure, like, because I have dry skin. Not bad. I just like to put fucking cream on, when I get out of the shower. I don't put any cream on for a week and I would dry the fucking shit out of my skin.
Fuck yeah,
too.
exfoliate and scrub, no oils.
No,
Yeah.
to the point where the only place I would put cream would be my hands, my elbows, and my knees. That's it.
I don't even do that, bro.
I do that
know.
because my hands fucking just like, especially depending
Well,
on
I use
season.
Pro10 sends like their like exfoliate cream.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Get
so
buffed.
I'll
Get
use
buffed.
that the whole time.
Yeah, get buffed. You're talking about.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And then I would do, if I had to compete on a Saturday, okay, I would start putting tan on Thursday night. I would put about 2 or 3 coats on Thursday, rinse and
Shower.
pat Friday morning, and then coats all day Friday. And then again, Saturday morning, rinse, pat, dry. Then I do a coat of Pro Tan, let that dry. And then the last thing I put on my fucking body was Jan Tana competition tan. That was the trick I always did. And the Jan Tana, every fucking single, and I got it from your idols, some of them. That was the trick, was the Jan as the top coat. And the Jan has a little bit of a red tint to it. So it always made me look like perfect. And remember, you know who always had a perfect tan? Jay Cutler.
Yeah.
He helped me out. He used to give me some hints. So I would always use Jan as the top coat, and it always fucking looked impeccable. But like people will just put like 1 or 2 coats of Pro Tan and be like, hey, I'm good.
Oh no,
No,
I would
you
use
need,
like 7, 8 coats.
Yep.
Oh, dude.
Yep.
And then you honestly, you sit in your room and you go, yeah, I think I'm dark enough. I think I look good. I look dark enough. And then you get on stage, you're like, oh, fuck. I did my own tan at USA's and I thought I was dark. And then I got on stage, I was like, dude, I look like I didn't tan at all.
Yep.
Fuck.
The people don't realize the saying you can never be too dark is actually true.
Yeah, no kidding.
I've always
actually
been, my tan's always been really, really dark. So
yeah.
So see, this is
skin prep matters, dude. I think it's how you prepare your skin.
I think skin prep is very, very key.
Yep.
So here's one. This is that you guys will like. Clen and T3 for the last month of prep. I'm gonna answer this one first.
I mean, I think it's an as you need basis.
Thank you. There's no fucking
let's just throw it in the last month.
Okay, let me just say this though. Have you guys ever done a prep where on the last 4 weeks you weren't taking Clen or T3?
Yes.
I've actually, no T3.
No, I've Clen, but yes, no T3 part, yes, but Clen I kind of kept that in, but I got to a point where I didn't need T3.
Yeah, that's good.
So we're talking about T3. I think there's a big misconception on how to people fucking run T3. And I'm going to be straight up with you guys. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Early on in my career, or before I was even a pro, my coach would put me on T3 from 16 weeks out.
Ooh, yeah. It's
horrible thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
And those doses started at 25 and went up to like close to 100.
Whoa.
Okay. That's okay. Yeah. However, that was only short lived, but as I turned pro, I'll tell you both, my Clen and my T3 use, my T3 would be 12.5 up to 25. That was it.
Yep.
That's it. Very rarely would Chris say, go to 37 for a day. He'd be like, for a day.
Yeah.
My Clen would start up at 20 and I never really had to go over 60, like 30 and 30, maybe 80 and 80 here and there. But that was the most I did of that stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know your T3. I mean, you guys are bigger than me. Your dosage of T3.
I'm using 25 micrograms right now.
Yeah. 12 to 25. That's what I did. Nick, what about you?
Right now, no.
Thanks, Captain Obvious.
Oh.
I meant during preps, like when you did. I'm using
I know Matt goes up to 37 and have 12.
I'm going to say that the highest I got to is 37.
Yeah, Matt will do 12.5 3 times. That's pretty standard.
He likes, he'll split it morning, midday, and then like before last meal or something.
Before last meal. Yep, exactly. But right now he's having me run all my Clen in the morning, which is nice because
I've always done that with him.
We're like,
what do you mean? Well, what do you mean run it all in the morning?
Well, sometimes you'll do like 60 in the morning, 60 micrograms in the afternoon. Like I know guys will do that, and that's common. I've done that
all in one shot.
No way.
All in one go.
Yeah.
Well, listen, I'm finding myself sleeping a lot better, less fucking stimulants, and not ramped up in the evenings. I'm enjoying a lot more.
Dude, no, I agree with
you-
it. I've been doing what Justin does, like the
Mhm.
last 3 preps.
Yeah.
So how do you feel? Because I mean, I remember when I first started
like a
taking
fucking
Clem back in the day,
jackrabbit. What do you mean?
Oh, dude, I take 100 micrograms in the morning. I'm fucking ready to fuck something.
really.
Yeah,
I mean,
but like
I'm not actually ready to fuck something, but no, I'm just saying, like, I
he's-
fucking
No,
feel
like
it.
right. Yeah, really. You feel like
yeah, but like
okay.
he said, when it's time to go to bed, I do feel like you sleep better because
Oh, dude. Well, yeah, it
kinda-
like starts tapering off. You know how it is. You jam
Yeah.
fucking 60, 80 micrograms like at 4 p.m. and like you're laying in bed going, fuck, can't fall asleep.
yeah.
It's not just the trend. I mean, it's the stimulants. It's the fact that we're always drinking fucking coffee all day and we're hammering double scoops pre-workout. Like I think it's pretty easy to go, yeah, it's the trend, but it's
Can
also
I tell you
look at what else you're doing. Guy, you're interrupting me again.
You
Just kidding.
mother.
No, but you know, in a prep, our fucking we drink way more coffee. We rely heavier on stimulants plus fucking cleanse, and then of course Trenbolone does have that effect. So
I'm on a roll. I haven't had coffee in like 3 weeks.
whoa, no shit, no Dutch Bros, huh?
No, I'm chilling out on the Dutch.
Damn.
Because man, I was drinking that way too much, and it started to.
Yo,
a little
so
bit.
we're talking about my stomach issues.
everything.
I can't drink coffee because I've been drinking. I drink it in the morning, but I've been finding that it fucks my stomach up.
I'm going to tell you why, and you guys are not going to want to do this. And I did it every prep, and I never stopped. I always put a little bit of half and half in because the acid reflux on top of the orals with all the black coffee destroys your stomach. So I would tell Chris, I'm like, dude, I have I do one fucking coffee a day. One coffee a day.
That's a big coffee though, guy.
Huh?
It's a big coffee though.
It's a big coffee.
This?
I do one coffee a day.
Oh, no. But hold on. It is, but it's also, I would actually bring a tablespoon into Starbucks when you were allowed to do it yourself. And I would measure out 2 tablespoons of half and half.
So you got like fucking 3 grams of fat in there.
It's like, yeah, big deal,
Yeah.
you know, but the 3 grams of fat that mitigates the bad stomach to me is worth it.
Sure. Definitely.
Right.
I mean,
You know-
did you do that all the way up to the show?
Bro, I drank coffee the day of the show with fucking.
With
No,
half
I
and
drink coffee the day. I mean, with the half and half.
Yes.
Yeah, and you were peeled, so
There was a show where I did 2015 or 16. It was the Miami Pro Show. I woke up the day before prejudging, and I was like, "All right, bro." I said, "What do you want to do today?" He goes, "Repeat yesterday." I go, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Repeat the first 3 meals and everything you did." I go, "Everything I did." I go, "I went to Starbucks. I had a venti coffee." I said, "My second meal I had a diet soda with." He goes, "Repeat yesterday." I go, "Seriously?" He's like, "Yeah." He was, "You fucking crazy." He was like, "I want you to do the same thing." Did the same thing. I fucking won the show.
don't change what ain't broke, right?
That's exactly it, you know. And I think a lot of people, that was why I asked what I did regarding the coach, because if it's working, why are you trying to fix it if it's not broke?
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah.
This is a question I want to ask you guys, because this is actually pretty cool. What's the most, because it's not important, I might have to think about this. What's the most difficult lesson you've learned in bodybuilding?
in bodybuilding.
Like not a bodybuilding lesson. It could just be a lesson that bodybuilding has taught you about life, about people, about friends, about competing, about gym, about fucking dreams, about aspiration, about anything.
You know what? This is pretty broad, and fucking it goes more than just bodybuilding, but just listen to your gut. Fucking always.
That's a good one.
The gut doesn't lie, man.
For me, I think it was patience.
Patience as far as
Don't rush anything. And even though
I don't think, hold
like-
on. I don't think you learned that, Nick. I don't
I
think you
do.
learned that. I don't, because ever since I've known you, you have been patient, and you're like, I'm going to do this show and I'm going to win. I'm doing this show and I'm going to win.
Yeah, but I feel like, it's in bodybuilding. Yeah, but I wasn't like that with life.
Okay. Got you.
So
You're
I
saying-
think with life choices, I don't just, go and do, I think about it before I actually go do certain things. If it's beneficial, if it's gonna, people may see me like, for example, right? Like I just bought that car. I thought about that for a very long time before I actually did it.
The
see if it was
the Hellcat.
yes. Like I didn't just wake up one morning and say, I'm gonna go do that. I thought about that, for probably a good month or so before actually
Dude, I am
wanting to do it.
I'm a chronic overthinker and I cripple myself. It's like paralysis by analysis. But listen, a lot of times in business, like I got to get this done. And I'm like, oh, I just can't even fucking think about what to do. Like, let's just wait. And I push it off. I'm overthinking. And then 3 days goes by and it's like the average person might go, dude, you just fucking lost 3 days. But then something happens on that third day. You go, well, good fucking thing I didn't do it, because this happened and now we'd be fucked if I did do that.
That's
So like
true.
a lot of times I found so many times that like just taking those step back, and sometimes it's just my own fucking head keeping me from doing it because I just overthink stuff. But then you see the value in it time and time again when like you step back, get a look at shit through a different lens and give yourself the time to actually assess the situation. So Nick, I 100% agree with what you're saying. Big time.
Mhm.
I actually think what I was going to say was going to be exactly the same, but in different terms. The thing that bodybuilding taught me, and it taught me more so than anything, and it wasn't about working out or bodybuilding. It was about, in order to be successful in any aspect of life, you have to be true to who you are as your person.
Yep.
I did a lot, even retired in my bodybuilding career. I did a lot for a lot of people, went out of my way. I got them I helped people get contracts. I've name dropped people to sponsors that I was with. I've done things many times for free. And because that's who I am. And I learned that not everybody's like me. Not everybody was raised by my mom and my dad and have the morals that I have and do the things that I do and understand the things I do the way I understand them. And that's okay.
Yeah.
However, I do things because I want to, not because somebody else or other people want me to do this or want me to do that. Because at the end of the day, Justin, Nick, me, this one, that one, the first thing we consider, okay, how is this going to affect me? Not my friends, not my partner, not my girlfriend, not my boyfriend. Well, how's it going to affect me?
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, if it affects me negatively, then everything that happens after that is going to have a negative connotation with it.
Facts.
Yeah. Well, it's also like, if you can look at it this point of view where you think, well, you're selfish, you're only thinking of yourself. Well, listen, if I'm taken care of, I'm a better husband. I'm a better partner. I'm a better friend. I'm a better bodybuilder. I'm a better businessman. I'm a better boss. So the trickle down effect of me selfishly taking care of my own needs means everybody in my circle, everybody below me, above me, next to me, all benefits from me being a better version of myself.
Yes.
Yep. And, one thing, if we go back to like our high school times, right? When we were in high school, what's one thing that you remember about high school, right? The cliques, the jocks, the nerds, the
the groups.
Groups of people. Sure. One thing that I learned, taken from life bodybuilding, right? Mm-hmm. And you guys might know where I'm saying, because I've had this conversation with a lot of guys on this podcast, other podcasts. I do not give loyalty to groups of friends or people. I can't.
Okay.
My loyalty comes to individuals.
Yeah. Okay.
Meaning Nick and Justin, right? Nick, you were my friend before Justin, right?
Yeah.
Just because you don't like Justin for whatever reason, unless he like stole your girl, fucking like something really disrespectful that like I have just because I don't like Justin because, I think he's a dick. Okay. That's fine. Justin's never been a dick to me. So until Justin's a dick to me, I'm not going to fucking have any ill things to say about him. Just like there was an incident when you first moved to Vegas, right? And you, Nick, and there was people that you surrounded yourself with that maybe other people didn't like and people were giving you shit for. And what did I tell you? No. I said, you have to figure it out for yourself. You can't, everybody's going to have good and bad things to say about somebody else. You have to learn to take your own opinion based on how that person treats you. And I'm not saying there are boundaries that other people can cross with your friends that can make you not want to be friends with them. I agree with that.
Yeah.
But in the bodybuilding, in the world, you know how many friends I have that don't like one other friend that I might be friends with? Yeah. And if I cut all the branches of the tree, for this friend doesn't like this one, or this friend said something bad about this one.
Yeah.
The tree would have no branches left if I cut every fucking branch.
You don't have any obligation to anybody to write off an individual based on someone else's feelings of somebody. Yeah.
Nope.
No, and I know what you mean. And honestly, a lot of people will look at that as like
selfish.
Yeah.
Loyalty.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Loyalty.
This
person's never done me wrong. And if they do, then maybe I'll reassess. But at
your forearms.
But me?
Doesn't say loyalty.
Yeah,
I went because loyalty. Nick just stared at me like blank, like,
huh?
cool hoodie.
You know, but
nice hoodie, bro.
No, guy, I think that's it's a very good
it's hard.
I've had a very good quality, and I know it is hard. We've all been there. We've all had friends. We all dealt with like friends who had a breakup, or like let's say Nick and Maria split up. I'm like, well, fuck, I still like Maria. Maria's fucking cool. You know what I mean? Like, but there are individuals out there that will expect you to write off these people, and it is a fucking toxic thing. And
I wonder if
very toxic.
Yeah, it is toxic, and that's a huge red flag. So
I think I'm going to call out. I think I'm going to call out Justin real quick.
Sorry,
I have to.
Did I say?
No. But I want to. I have to check something.
Oh no!
To make sure.
I'm confident in myself.
Okay, hold on. No, you're not, because you're wrong. I love it because I mentioned this.
Did I?
Yes. Dude, Nick.
What happened,
Justin? I said Justin still follows my fucking ex that I just.
You know what? It's funny you're saying that, but I don't have a reason to unfollow her. I met her.
I know. You know what's crazy too is that she actually still follows me. I don't know. I have no idea why.
She engages and likes my pictures or whatever, and I see her stuff. I think she posts like once every fucking 4 months.
She hasn't made a post. She's posted once, and we've been broken up for 10 months.
Yeah. So yeah, should I unfollow her, guy? Is that the loyalty?
You're not being loyal, fucker.
No, it's just funny. I just laugh. I don't give a fuck anyway. But I have friends.
You didn't come at me and say, "Hey, dude, why are you fucking following?" Well, I don't know.
I don't give a fuck.
See,
there
you go.
I don't give a fuck because she never did anything to you. Why should you unfollow?
Nah, she seems super nice. She's always
that was my point. So I have friends, right, that if they break up with a girl, they would be like, "Hey, bro, I just broke up with Stacey. Just unfollow her right fucking now." I'm like, okay. Hey.
Yeah.
We're gonna. I don't fucking understand that.
Wait, guy, do I know this ex?
Yeah, the young one.
Oh. I know that.
Yeah. She's. No harm, no foul. Like it didn't. It was. She was too young. She's 25. It's just like you can't. In order to date a 25-year-old at 41, they can't be at a maturity of 25.
You guys also started dating like right in the middle of a contest prep for her, right? Or was it before then through a contest?
No. She came. I met her at the Arnold, but we had talked 2 weeks prior to the Arnold. Yeah, she came to the Arnold, but she only lived like fucking 45 minutes away. But
it's been 10 months already.
I've been with Nicole, for a while.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
When are we gonna get to meet this Nicole? Have you met her?
I have not met her.
Really?
No. Either. That's cool. Good for you though, guy. That's great. 10 months. That's a fucking long time.
Yeah, it's the hardest part. I feel like I could talk to you.
How often do you see her, guy?
Honestly,
yeah,
almost every day.
Okay.
As corny as it sounds,
that's not corny.
Not corny at all.
No. I'm saying as corny as it sounds. Even if we're not hanging out, like I make a conscious effort when she's working. I go to work. I'll bring her lunch. Like I make an effort to like
swing in and say what's up.
Because I get coffee every day, and I was getting coffee at that place. So at least for me, knowing she has a 9 to 5 and has to work and has obligations, and my schedule is a little more lax. Like I have an opportunity to go. So I try to go out of my way and not go out of my way, but when I'm there and I'm sitting there for 30 minutes or 40 minutes and she's taking a break and I'm talking like I'm going out of my way.
Yeah.
Like
that's a pretty easy gesture to do to show that you care about somebody. Yeah.
Exactly. And that's all well and good.
You've been dating her for 2 months now?
We started dating at the end of September.
What?
So beginning of October. So what's that?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
And you get along with the little ones, yeah?
Yeah. It's actually, you know what? The problem is me. And I mean that they're
Like, what? Are you afraid?
no. It's I'm afraid. It's so hard to say. This is going to get a little fucking intimate for some people.
Go ahead.
My biggest fear in life is dying alone in my house because I am very bad with texting. I don't talk to everybody every day. And one of the biggest fears after Sean, John, George, Luke, fucking Dallas, like you need, especially once Sean passed away, I never had anxiety before and never thought about death ever. Death never fucking crossed my head or my mind ever, ever, ever. When Sean passed away, death is on my fucking mind way more than it should be. And I hate it. I don't bring it up. I don't talk about it. People don't know that. You guys, I'm telling you, I think about it a lot and I hate it. And I don't know why. I will be fucking driving. A song will come on about like missing somebody or like, you know, having a little time left. And I just, I'm like I go down a rabbit hole.
Yeah. No,
but,
listen, guy.
But hold on, just hear me out because I want to explain. But with that, I also, I don't want to be alone. I don't like it. However, I have a very hard time and I'm trying to figure out how to get over it. Allowing somebody into my personal space, which is my house.
Yeah.
And like being okay with certain things and being okay that they're here and that their way isn't exactly my way. And that's okay. And like, they don't have to put dishes in the dishwasher right away, or they don't have to fucking straighten up immediately because that's what I do. And when you have your own space and it's your own space for a very long time.
Yeah.
I'm 41, Nick. I got married when I was 28 years old. I was divorced 5 years later. Okay. So I have been by my fucking self in a house or an apartment since that time, since 2014 or 15. I've been alone. And that is a hard fucking thing when you get set in your fucking ways to allow, and I don't mean this disrespectful.
No.
When somebody comes in and interrupts your trajectory of the way your life is going, especially, you know, then you take kids and throw kids into it. It makes it difficult. And I'm trying to be better. Nick, I think I don't know about you, Justin. I know Nick has dated somebody with kids. I've dated somebody with kids before. Nicole, it's not the easiest thing in the world, but part of, you know, I might not never have kids, and that sucks. I wanted 2-3 kids. I might never have a kid. So having somebody else's, you know, kids or being a stepfather of somebody else's kid might be the only way in which I get to adult as a parent. Okay. However, I am not good with that side of things. I'm not.
Have you guys like discussed moving in together? Is that something that you guys have talked about?
It's funny. So we got into an argument, or not a disagreement, and it started because things like that started coming up. So we're not like
we're at that stage now.
Yeah, because it's kind of like, you know, the problem is, and I'm not trying to air out my dirty laundry, but like, you know, when it comes to kids in school districts in high school, you know, when a kid's in high school and has friends and they're developing those, you know, friendships and those relationships with people, whether it's boyfriends or, you know, just getting, you know, either, you know, into the clique group that they're in, or to take them out of high school to move into a different high school.
Yeah, that's tough, dude.
Is a tough. And the problem is that I live where I live. And the only way we could actually live together is if the kids switch school districts. And her kids, she made it very clear that she won't switch. She's not going to pull her kids out of high school.
How old are the kids?
11 and 14.
Yeah.
Is the oldest one just starting high school?
She'll be her second year.
Okay.
And the other one, they've lived in the same area for, I don't know, since they
How far does she live from you?
This is the funny part. She is about less than 15 minutes from me. But if she moved here, her kids would go to Somerville High School, not the high school they're in now.
I mean, there's ways around that. You can set up a fucking PO box in that district, right, and have your mail.
No, I actually don't think. I think you have to have a physical mailing address, and I think you have to show proof as well. I could be mistaken, but however, that literally, and I'm not even lying, this just all started last night because I started to be like, okay, like what am I doing now? Like it's been that long, and we're here. And this is another thing you guys don't know about me. I've never lived with another girl besides my wife.
Really?
My ex-wife. I never had a girlfriend move in with me until I was married. I had girls that were dated that like lived in the vicinity that were here often.
Sure.
But I never had a girl.
in.
I never had a girl that had obligations to pay rent or bills or
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I've never done that.
I know how you are. I've been around you. I've seen you fucking sweeping the kitchen in the middle of the night. We're eating dinner and you're scrubbing the dishes while the
And
fucking
that's not to be like, and I don't do that as an act.
I
do
know.
So-
Yeah, for sure. It's just how you are. So I could see that those like neurotic tendencies is something that you would have to consciously and actively work on.
It's
sure.
hard. It's hard.
Yeah.
It's very hard.
Yeah,
You know,
for sure. I mean, they're not
Um,
like bad. They're not bad qualities or anything, but it's not qualities that everyone's gonna align with. You know,
if I told you guys,
especially not 11-year-olds.
I was gonna say that's probably not easy.
if I told you my routine, what I do in the mornings and why I wake up at 6:30 and why I'm not on cardio till 8 o'clock, you guys would be like, you're fucking, there's something wrong with you.
You clean
you
the
don't-
house, don't you?
You don't
I
even
wake-
do your injections.
No, I wake up in the morning. First thing I do is make my bed. I wake up, take a shit, piss, whatever, brush my teeth.
Sure.
I kick the dogs out of the bedroom. I say, let's go downstairs. And they run downstairs. And I shut the door, make my bed, vacuum the entire bedroom, straighten up the vacuum the fucking my walk-in closet. I vacuum the bathroom. Then I vacuum from the top of my steps. I vacuum every step on the way down. Then I vacuum the whole way going into my kitchen. I vacuum my entire kitchen. I vacuum the entire rug in the living room. I vacuum the dog beds. And I straighten. Then after that, I let them outside. They poop, they pee, they come inside. I then make their food, and they get rice, they get bison, they get all whole food. I stopped doing kibble because it fucking ruins dogs.
Yeah,
They learn that kibble is the worst fucking thing you can give your dog. And then after that, I do emails, and then I get on the cardio. But I can't. And I think it comes from having dogs. Did you ever walk into somebody's house? Right. My cousin doesn't watch this podcast, so I really don't. I don't give a fuck.
And you smell their dogs.
Dude, I went to my cousin's house. Okay. It was what was 2 weekends ago? Was it Memorial Day?
May, yeah, end of May. It was
No. May.
not Memorial Day.
Well, wait, May, yeah, no, I think it was May. Might have been. It was maybe 2-3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, only 4 weeks ago. It's fucking
About a month ago.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
So we were at my cousin's house, right?
Yeah.
My cousin has 5 dogs. He's married with no kids. Five dogs. Damn, bro. First of all, take not having control of the dogs out of the picture, because what his wife said to me, I wanted to fucking choke her. She literally goes, I go to my cousin Dave. I'm like, bro, your fucking dogs don't listen. And his wife goes, well, they're dogs. They're only here for a short period of time. So we just let them do whatever they want. Literally what she said. And I was like,
Oh my god.
okay.
What do you mean a short period of time?
Meaning, like, a dog's year is 7. They say like one dog was 7. Like they're not here for 180, 70. Like they're only here for, 8 to 15 years, and then that's their lifespan, right?
Yeah.
So she's kind of like we
That's fucked.
That
So
doesn't make any sense.
bro. They're all over the furniture. They had fucking their house. You could smell the dogs. You go in like outside, all the fucking. How, Justin, when you were here, I had all the outside furniture for the patio we sat on, bro, covered in fucking dog hair. And like Chris Aceto gave me the biggest compliment he could have given me when he came into my house. He goes, "This is the only house that has multiple dogs that I can't tell there's dogs here, because you can't smell the dogs." Because
it's very nice.
You ever walk into somebody's house and you smell that like rancid, wet dog, like dense smell?
Sure.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
Yeah, so I can't have that in my house. I refuse to. So I'm just OCD with cleaning, but it's something that I have to work on. I have to get over it. We have to have a conversation. Like I have to figure out whether it's her or somebody else. I can't be that bad with being very OCD. Like I will be late to the gym because I'm folding laundry or something's not fully done and I need to finish. Like that's me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's some OCD shit.
It's bad. And I know
Yeah,
it is.
I battle with it too. I have a little bit of that myself.
As far in what way? Nick, do you at all?
I'm OCD with time. I'm
For
very
me-
time oriented.
Like you have to be on
Yeah,
time.
but
you
you're
freak
on
out.
time. See me, I'm always late because like I'm fucking doing the dishes real quick before I leave the house. Then I gotta go in here, and then I go to fucking pack my gym bag. And I go, oh fuck, I forgot this, and I'm going. Wait, it's in my truck. I'm going out to my truck, and I'm coming back, and I'm like, oh, I didn't finish the fucking dishes. Let me finish the fucking dishes real quick. And then I'm like, god damn it, I'm late. And then I'm getting in my truck. I'm like, that's the little shit that fucks with me.
Yeah,
It's like,
You know,
time is a very big deal for me.
Yeah.
Even doing this podcast, when we agree on 1:30, I'm at
I
this
can
computer
tell.
by 1:25.
and you're texting us going, what the fuck is going on? What the
Yeah,
fuck?
and if I look at my time and it's like
Here it is,
1:32,
4:15. I gotta eat. I'm so fucking hungry.
well, we're almost, yeah, I was going to fucking let you guys go. We've been on for 2 hours.
But hold on, but when I looked at the time and it said 1:32, I'm like, what the fuck is this guy doing? and then as soon as I said it, he texted
Instead of shitting.
taking a shit.
I'm taking a shit.
Almost.
And that, but so this is what happens, right? I'm taking a shit. I'm like, give me 2 minutes. I come upstairs. I turn on my computer. I can't even get you guys to do anything because it's like something's not right. So I had to restart my computer. Or was it? It was Zoom had a fucking update. So then Zoom updates, and then we had the fucking problems with the microphones. But Justin, I want to touch on what you said real quick before we go, because that's what I do. But you know what I do? It's like, okay, I have 5 minutes before I have to go. What else can I get done in that 5 minutes?
Yeah.
That won't hold me up from being late, but I can get done where I don't have to do it later. And then I end up doing it. And the 5 minutes just so happens to take me 15. And now I'm 10 minutes late to the fucking gym. My friends are waiting. My training partner's waiting
For
me.
sure. I'm wiping down the counter. I'm like, God, why did I wipe down the counter? It's fine. I could have just got it done when I got back.
Yeah.
Yep. I know.
So the lesson we took from this is we got to be more flexible with fucking how we live sometimes.
Yeah, maybe.
You know, you're allowed to be stern and headstrong on some things and not bend, but there are things you have to be pliable with and bend, or you're not going to have the relationships that you have. Right.
Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely, man.
Well, I didn't expect A, to have a podcast because Jose fucking stood us up. And then B, I didn't think we were going to have a podcast because the microphones and the headsets weren't working. And this turned out to be a very lovely Sunday with you guys.
It was nice.
Very
I liked
productive.
it.
So, Justin, we're not going to bother you, obviously, unless you want to be bothered before your show.
Whatever. I'm doing okay. Honestly, I'm all right.
Yeah. You seem like your energy's there.
Yeah, I feel pretty good. It's the cleanse. No, I'm just kidding. It's not the cleanse.
You're going to go eat fucking meal 3 is fucking 100 mgs of cleanse and fish.
And white fish. Yeah.
And white
sprinkle the cleanse on the fish. Fucking mix
Gives
it
a good little flavor.
Yep.
Okay. Well, we'll do this again.
Yep.
Justin, as always, the fans spoke and they love having you on here and they like seeing you.
It's good.
We're going to bring you on way more often. And to the comment section, y'all can kiss my ass this podcast because I think I did even better than the last one with fucking not interrupting.
I think you did good. Yep.
Phenomenal job.
I think you did good. Now, one more thing you need to work on is just less ads, apparently.
Yeah. Okay. So hold on, because I keep saying real quick, I don't post. Nick can attest. We have a guy. His name's Lewis. He does all the posting to all the different channels. I don't understand. Is there a way that you click more ads or click like I don't understand? Like people like you do too many ads. I'm like I don't
ads, bro.
Whoever is doing, you're not doing your uploading, right? Your guy does.
No, that's what I'm trying to explain to people. Like I don't like more ads.
We gotta tell him to pull that back.
He's just trying to monetize the piss out of it, and he's just doing too much.
I thought when you uploaded to YouTube that YouTube decided how many ads they were going to put on based on what
he's deciding where to place them and everything.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you decide all that.
Oh, okay. See, I'm a little still. I have to. I'm going to call him right after this. Actually, I'll tell him because I didn't know that.
He's looking out for you. He's trying to make you some money.
Was there really that many ads?
I don't know.
There's quite a bit.
Okay, guys. I'm gonna go eat.
Nick, the ads help us. All right. Hey, Mutant in the mouth. Having Justin Shier on 3 weeks out from his pro debut at Chicago Pro Show. We're gonna have him on before his show. Looking forward to seeing how he looks. Justin, as always, a pleasure for having you on. Enjoy your 0 carb meal.
Yes,
Nick,
sir.
my best bud. Always good seeing you. Sorry I was late. Sorry for the headphones. Sorry for taking a poop. But I still love you and I appreciate you and I miss you guys. So
Miss you, buddy.
Until next week, we'll be in touch. And as always, love you guys and assalamu alaikum.
Love you too, buddy.
Bye now.
See you guys.
All right, guys. Bye now.
Peace.
Later. Bye.
Bye now.